Yeah.
Hello, live.
Since the response to the phrase "I'm going to take us live from Night Bites" was to continue what you were talking about before.
To be fair, he did say before.
I did say before I go live, I'm going to get the music going again.
Yes.
Yes.
I realised that because where I had my streaming soon music going, I hadn't noticed that the Crimson Skies had stopped. I was just used to there being a sound in the background.
Yeah.
And it hadn't twigged that it was the wrong sound.
Oopsie.
So, hello, good evening, folks. We are without a Robinson tonight, which is rather unfortunate. So, we do have. Let's just pan out the AWOD to go where Merlin sits. There we go.
Funny enough, that's what I did last second before we went live.
I haven't got the knack of using the studio side of it to put it out while one's up and one's what I'm working on. Haven't worked that bit out yet. So, Crimson Skies, we are once again back in an alternate 1930s with the crew of the Bad Debt, who have a bit of a mission ahead of them. Having been given the job of recovering an experimental prototype of what is essentially a guided missile, they haven't worked out where it is yet, but they think they know who's got it, and they're just trying to work out the best way to get at it.
That was bad, Richard.
Oh, Freechy.
That was
me.
no, bad, naughty.
Bad
Stop
Freechy.
it.
Go to the naughty corner.
Yes.
So the other thing that I am missing is tea.
Haha.
Where now that we've actually gone live, I'm going to quickly go and refill this.
Whereas I've decided that given the heat, hot drinks is something that would be really, really bad for me. So I've got reusable ice blocks and soft drinks. Reusable ice blocks are wonderful things.
They are.
And if that runs out, I've got one here that's got a reusable ice stick.
Oh, fair enough. Show off.
And I have more reusable ice blocks in the freezer, so when we take a break, I will go and
Yeah.
replace my melted
Yeah.
blocks.
I've got ice cubes which are currently just a shell of ice with water in the middle of my freezer. So I'm hoping by the time if we take a break, I can buzz out and actually get some.
A wise plan. They may well be at the 1 hour mark, replace the ice cube break.
Yeah. It's not a comfort break, it's a not die of heat break.
I feel like, had I been somewhat prescient about the weather, rather than doing a radio-controlled guided missile plot, I'd have done a weather machine plot.
When in doubt, you have the mad person with the dirigible with the extreme weather manipulation device.
I did think about doing. I've got a weather plot lined up at some point. I just hadn't coalesced it all into a useful plot line yet. Whereas this one was ready to go. So.
Fair enough.
Well, you guys have given me enough ideas on things to riff on that I could put a plot together in about 20 minutes for this one.
Oh, God, my eyes are so sore.
So we are going to be playing without Mark. He will be polymorphed to NPC.
All we have to do is just anything that involves actually flying.
Yeah.
He doesn't do the flying bit, no.
He makes things
fly
work.
without him and leave him behind on the bad day.
No, I hadn't spotted when you created his character that he didn't even put in a token. Yeah, I'd like to be able to fly something to some degree point.
I'm astounded.
You'd
Actually,
think it's
no,
like
I'm not.
one rank in skill,
Yeah.
so that he had a better understanding of the things he was fixing and modding.
Fixing, modding, repairing,
But there you go.
and possibly a way to get around just in case you guys were otherwise tied up. Yeah, I'd given you 3 aircraft. It would be nice if you could fly one of them.
Yeah.
Because when you were showing us the 3 aircraft, you could have at that point said, "But I can't fly one."
Yeah.
Instead of saying, "Oh, I'll take the auto gyro,"
Yeah.
and never bothering to take a
Exactly.
the
A point in.
and then never
Maybe.
taking the skill for it.
Maybe he just hadn't twigged that auto gyro didn't mean flies itself.
That is a possibility.
It is.
That is a distinct
In an
possibility.
infinite universe, everything, even Robinson, is possible.
Oh my god. The idea of Robinson being a possibility in the Crimson Skies universe is terrifying.
No more terrifying than the idea of him being a possibility in the real universe.
True. Right, so, as we left things, you guys now have a crop duster in the hangar of the bad deck, repainted Battleship Grey or something close to it,
Yep.
and you've siphoned off the hooch that was in the tanks into your spare fuel tanks.
Yep.
Yes, we did. That's exactly what we did.
And I also seem to remember you did this trying to get it under the radar of the Auditor.
Yep.
Yes. If at all possible, that was the plan.
Yes.
Right?
I think we've scared him twice now, so you're actually going to let me into the game this time. So Roll20's been an absolute pain in the bum. Right, okay, it's let me log in this time.
Cool.
Told me I'd used the wrong password, which I haven't. This time it's let me in on the same password. Go fig!
When that happens, I always assume a fat finger has occurred and I hit a couple of keys with one stroke.
I'm just confused that now it's asking me which device I would like to share.
Does it think you're going to be transmitting something through Roll20?
Yeah, this usually means that something has updated on Roll20 and it's gone and reset everything.
It didn't ask me that question.
No,
Did you have something reset your cookies?
Bloody hope not. I want to broadcast to others. Nothing.
No things broadcast.
Nothing. Go away. No, it's reset. Yeah, it's reset the AV. Right.
Has reset to wanting to broadcast and receive video and voice, but hasn't actually asked me for what sources it's using, which is a bit weird.
Oh yeah, it has actually done the same to me.
Thank God it's not just me.
But I'd also got it set to names only on the
Yeah.
I
the
had, yes, and
avatar
suddenly we're
size. So it wouldn't show anything even if there was video coming through.
mind you, I'm now back on the big icons, so yeah. I don't know. Oh, and it's reloading Roll20 because of course it is.
Yes. That reloaded for all of us, I think.
Yeah, that did.
Don't mess with me.
Yeah, that reloaded for all of us. So I think possibly there Roll20 may have had a glitch.
I think-
reopen my phone.
Yes, I think Roll20 is being a bit glitchy today.
I think the heat must be getting to the servers.
I just got visions of some poor server tech sat there with a fan running around between the server
Yeah.
banks.
Absolutely.
That plate spinning. Okay, let's fly out my character sheet. Appropriately enough. We're just trying to delay any kind of fights because we have no idea what the hell we're doing.
Quite nothing. We're trying to delay any kind of decision as to how the heck we're going to even find this drone, let alone get it back.
I don't know.
We have
I
no clue how that's going.
I don't know. I really don't. I'm trying to come up with a better plan than we piss off the people who've got it and have been mass shooting down mercenaries and pilots.
But we spent ages last time coming up with that plan.
I know, and then we saw them shooting down the Black Hats, and I'm
Who
now
are tougher
scared.
than us. Yes,
Who are
yes.
tougher than us. The only thing I can think of is wandering over to the Black Hats, sidling up to their dirigible and saying, "Psst, we can take them for you." Where are they? And I don't think that would go well.
I'm imagining the conversation.
Yeah, right. I can't imagine any way this conversation would go to our advantage.
You know, their Zep is significantly larger than yours. So if the Zeps
Yeah.
were close together, they'd just open up the cannons and start broadsiding old school style.
Yeah.
Yours doesn't have cannons.
No. We're on strictly flare guns. Let's face it.
I did comment previously that your anti-aircraft was basically a little hollow along the top, at front and bow and stern, where someone would stand with a machine gun rather
Yep.
than having an actual gun emplacement.
Someone other than me.
You do have a crew on board. You are not the only people aboard your Zach. You do have a crew of around 20 to 30 people.
This is the problem.
Crew of legends.
We have the responsibility to keep these people alive.
Do we?
Well, I do. It's my job.
I can just imagine the recruitment drive and the interviews that would happen after a significant loss of crew members.
Yeah. Why are these positions open?
And I can certainly imagine the auditor's response when you start advertising for crew.
Well, on the upside, we're looking for less experienced staff.
So they cost less.
They cost less, and they may not twig how much trouble they're in. Possibly. Maybe. Oh, God. Sorry, I'm being hit with
So,
tree pollen.
end of the last session.
Yes.
Did we end with the discovery of the attack on the Black Hats, or did we go beyond?
No, we didn't go beyond that.
But technically, I'm still on the ground with the crop duster because it was Madonna and Merlin.
Oh, I see what you mean.
headed
So
back
yeah,
to
we didn't go much further than that because Madonna and Merlin got back and spotted the attack. You had an unimpeded journey back because you went via a different route.
Merlin last saw was set to work on my cockpit with a mop and replacing my radio.
Yeah.
Because the only word that you heard from either side of the comms in the battle that was going on, and you have no idea which side it came from, was just one word: nevermore. That's it. No context, no nothing.
Right. Oh boy.
And then you went into the clouds and ran like crazy. After seeing two of the Black Hats sort of explode right in front of you.
Yes!
One very literally right in just
Well,
off your port wing.
Yes, if I recall correctly. Oh, I shall swerve to avoid him. Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
There's another one
Basically,
there. Right,
yes.
I'm going up.
Which is why Robinson had to clean your cockpit.
Yes.
Failing a guts roll at just the wrong time.
So
You haven't
can
got the
we
guts.
assume
You ain't
that,
seen them. She has.
Midas was caught up upon his arrival.
That's fairly safe to assume. Now, I'm also going to be nice and assume you managed to have that conversation away from the auditor. Because, you know, there is
He's
a...
probably still auditing something.
If he comes near me, I'll point out the vomit spattered cloths. He doesn't strike me as the type.
You might want to count them.
Oh, thank you for that visual.
Ew.
Sorry. Yeah. No, bad, naughty fish. No. Okay.
So,
Right.
last week you had a plan that involved stealing a third party's aircraft. So technically I suppose a fourth party's aircraft, because it's not a Black Hat aircraft, it's not a Medusa's aircraft, it's not a Raven, whatever they are
we're
aircraft.
not really sure whose aircraft it is.
You haven't got a clue.
No.
But it involves a dead person.
The only clue you have
Yeah,
is the
owner of
corpse.
the aircraft may be dead, but we didn't kill him, so it's all.
Yeah, but the person who did kill him loaded it with hooch, which we have now stolen.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with this.
You don't have a problem with it. On the other hand, they know you flew the plane. Not me.
Can't remember actually.
We're not sick with Wally's, that's for certain.
Chuck was sort of, I think,
No.
he was sort of American by way of pretty much every state because he's been all around a bit.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. It was kind of shop demonstration model US accent.
Yeah,
Yes.
He's the only kind I can do. And by that, I mean I can't actually do that.
I can periodically do either sort of New Orleans or newsreader American, a kind of Iowa accent, which
Yeah.
apparently is their newsreader
No,
version.
Well,
I only work in Iowa. I was born in outer space.
Yeah. Said the Canadian. Huh? Okay. So, what in Satan's name are we going to do?
that's what I'm the GM. I'm supposed to be asking that question. What in Satan's name are you gonna do?
Yes, no, it's all right. I was looking straight at Fish there on the screen.
Last time I checked, you're the boss.
Bastard.
You tell me where to fly, I'll fly there. No problem.
Okay. How long has it been ripping out my radio, sticking a new one in, and mopping up the vomit?
Okay, repairing the radio.
cocaine?
Probably a couple hours work replacing the radio, mopping up the vom. Half hour or so.
Okay.
And then if you happen to be doing anything with the rags other than sticking them in a bin or a fire somewhere, you're probably talking all told best part of 3 hours.
I think, to be honest, they're going into the laundry service because I don't know about you, but open fires in the Zeppelin hydrogen.
It
That's
sounds
not on
like
my
a
list.
plan
of
to me.
things. Yeah, we got to set up a brazier now. Barbecue.
All
I
right,
think-
Merlin's come up with a wondrous new system for helping to power the Zeppelin. We're going to capture lightning through these lightning bolts, channel it into batteries. It's all perfectly good. Nothing could possibly go wrong.
Remind me to link you to the documentary I was watching on the Hindenburg the other week.
And what happens to a Zepp when lightning hits
Yes, yes. It's fascinating. A slow leak coupled with ball lightning.
it? Yeah, frag-a-boom.
Yeah, was the most realistic, closest match. They had
Yeah.
they had replicas. They were just blowing up. It was interesting.
Sounds like a fun job, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know what we
They're
haven't
kinda-
done before we get too much further?
What? Oh,
It's
what?
the start of a session. You guys need
Yes, chips.
you guys need chips.
Those of us
Chips
who are
it,
actually here.
Yeah. So Fishy and Drut, 3 chips each. So let's start with Fishy, since he's on the left of my screen. We have 1 chip. We have 2. No, there's that fell away. There
I'm
we
going
go.
to
2
have to
chips.
convert a chip to mountain, otherwise I don't get any chips.
Right,
Because I've already
bloody
got
hell,
8,
Fish.
Because I haven't used it.
I thought it was 10.
Yeah, precisely. I've got 8. I'm getting 3 more. That means one of them's going to have to be converted to tungsten. Mind you, I can draw those 3 and then convert them.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, I've got 7. So
Right,
it's-
Fish.
I'm going to be blowing chips.
I don't know how or why. 1 red, 3 white. We are running out of red chips in the pot. There is only
Yeah,
a
one
limited
red.
number of them.
Yep.
Drut gets.
But on the other hand, red and blue are working.
They are. If you do
I do
things
seem
with
to
reds,
have a lot of them.
it.
Jesus. Okay, Drut.
Yep.
1 red, 2 white.
Ah, okay.
Okay, I'm going to convert a red chip. Because red chips are scary.
Okay.
The red chips are less useful to use in an actual roll situation.
Yeah, red chips are scary. So that's
Only because they give me a chip.
2 unspent down to
Speed makes me dizzy.
2.
The crap duster. We can't give it back. We've acquired a plane. You do know that, Fish.
I wasn't planning on giving it back. No one to give it back to. I've heard that
Where's
either the
your-
owner is dead or the owner is a criminal. Either way, why would we give it back?
He has a point. Right, so Fish, you have traded in a red chip, is that correct?
I have traded in a red
Okay, that goes back in the pot.
Yes, I shall have to adopt this system. Certainly nick that page. Deadlands. What am I looking at?
I have no idea. What are you looking
I'm in
at?
the wrong file. It's alright. I'm just. I was just looking in OneNote for where my Deadlands PDF was. Clearly,
Yeah,
the
not
heat
in
has
OneNote.
gone into
Yes,
my
yes.
frontal lobe. I don't know about the British can't handle the snow. The British can't bloody handle the heat.
Yeah, I definitely can't handle heat. Give me snow any day. I can do snow.
Yes. You can put a jumper on. It's a limit to what you can take off and still maintain minimum decency
Brain function.
codes. Well, yeah, and brain function.
And to be honest, in this weather, even if you do take everything off, it's not going to help you.
No.
My hair's now dry. It was soaking when I
Yeah,
sat down.
I shaved a significant
I
amount of the beard off and it
basically
hasn't
stuck my
helped.
head under the tap before we started. Can't
Yeah.
help.
It's-
It really doesn't.
There's a reason I just ordered that aircon. Right. Okay. What is the exchange rate? Did you say you
For,
had?
for bounty, it's basically 1 for a white, 2 for a red, 3 for
It
a
is
blue.
2.
Is trading for a bounty, or you don't need to?
Not just yet. 1 for 5. So I was checking the
Smack on 10.
page ref. Okay, there we go. 2 wounds, 10 wound. Yeah, okay. No, I'm just keeping track of when we inevitably take damage. I suspect that's what I will chuck in my hand, my chips back into the pot for.
I've just had a thought.
Uh-oh.
Okay. How long after Madonna got back to the bad debt did Midas?
Ooh, now you're taking a slightly different route, but you're in a faster plane. Probably not much more than 20 minutes, half hour.
So when he got there and was told about the situation with Black Hats, there was a good chance that they were still under attack.
Possibly. Yeah, it's possible.
But we don't unfortunately have the logos on it.
No.
We painted it, but we haven't got the logos.
No, this is
Correct.
what we were going to do next.
Curses.
Sorry.
You see, just the point of painting the plane was to attract the attention of these Roman guys, and how better to attract their attention than to fly through the middle of them in a plane painted with their logo.
That is genius. Absolutely
But
genius.
by the time we've got a logo, they probably won't be there anymore, and I'll just get shot down by the Black Hats.
And you won't be able to
So-
shoot back because the gun is just for show.
Yep.
Well, you can shoot back, but you'd have to stand up and shoot with one hand with the other hand on the stick. Trying not to hit the
No,
pedals.
because I suppose we could load the gun.
Oh,
I was hoping nothing weird happens on Roll20 because it's interacting with the tail of a cat at the moment.
Oh dear.
So if it starts pinging unexpectedly,
And we'll know why.
okay.
So, you've got a member of the crew on the Quiet siphoning the tanks. You've got yourself and or Merlin replacing the radio, fixing up the cockpit.
I think
Merlin
Merlin's
was
doing
also
that.
supposed to be painting the logo.
I think it's going to come down to me painting the logo because I have a feeling I've got the best chance.
Also true.
I think.
I believe that is the case, yes.
Okay.
I'm sat here boogieing on down to the music.
Yeah, I know.
Get down.
I'm
Yeah.
basically panicking. Okay. Traits and aptitudes. Did we decide it was going to be a perform or?
It would be arts.
Arts has its own.
Arts.
Exist.
Oh yes.
Because
Yeah, arts. Thank you, cognition. That's where it was.
Yes. So I'm rolling a d12 minus 4.
You are indeed. And you do have the odd token you could pitch in should you so desire.
And I can do it after I have rolled the dice.
You can indeed.
Yes. I may well be giving myself some extra chances with the white dice, white chips.
It is indeed.
Hang on a minute. I'll get back to you when I've told you how many chips I'm chucking in. So that's
You
one.
can chuck them one at a time.
You can. It's just once you switch to red or blue, you
Once
go
to
back to
red or
white.
blue, you can't go back.
Yeah, I'm on white at the moment, so we're good.
Yeah.
I've blown one white die.
Okay.
Oh, whoops. Okay, I've blown another white die. That's more like it! That's a detonation. Good. Right, okay. So after the -4, 12.
After the -4, 12. Okay, that was the
Kept
So
blowing
second.
you
the
got
dice.
12 on a D12 -4.
I did.
Was that the second or the third white chip?
That was my second white chip, so
Okay.
the third die. I'm down to 4 white chips.
Just making sure I put the right number of white chips back in the
Yeah.
pot.
Yeah. No problem.
Okay, yeah, congratulations. You get the first one down, you step back and you go, you know what? That's pretty freaking awesome. That looks exactly like the hand-drawn thing that I've been given. Only
Excellent.
better.
Look at it, little eye and everything.
So, let's see for...
So we have the logo now.
Yep, that's the one. So actually, if I do this from one that's logged in as the GM rather than logged in as a player, I can show you all to refresh your memory. Show to the players, there we go. That should show you guys now. That's what you've drawn on, I believe you were drawing it on the wings and tail, was it? Or was it the fuselage and tail?
Fuselage and tail fin, yeah.
Okay.
Tail,
Excellent.
Unless, of course, since Jut has now seen one of their planes, she's got a better idea of where it ought to be.
No, she was busy dodging black hats.
Yes. Black hats. Spatters.
Okay, so that's going to take a goodly amount of time to get that done because you're effectively painting it 4 times over. Once on each side of the fuselage, once on each side of the tail section.
So Chuck's going to spend a certain amount of time sitting around twiddling his thumbs.
Yeah, I'd say you would. You could copy mine, and that would make life easier for you. But I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't trust Chuck.
I might roll really well on a D10 -4, like you did on a D12 -4.
It's not
could,
like he's
yeah.
short of chips to throw in until he gets an
Got the
explosion.
chips to it, yeah.
Yes.
And of course, with 2 of you doing the same job, it would get done quicker.
Would get done much quicker.
Yes. Give it a go. You could do the tail if nothing else.
If you want to, of course.
Yeah.
I think was the right. Oh, God's sake! Right, well we're not. So we'll be spending a white chip for a second.
1 white chip.
Second white chip. God. Let's spend
There's never too many chips.
Oh, jeepers.
What the hell, Fish?
Fish is rolling the dice. These things happen.
Oh God.
Yep. Well, under the circumstances, I'm going to spend a red and add it to the pile,
Okay.
Which
Red.
gives Knight a chip.
Which gives me a chip.
which does indeed.
So I'll rummage around and get myself a chip.
+5 roll, effectively. I'll worry about whether it explodes afterwards. Because it wasn't going to anyway. So that's a 12.
Fair enough.
Well, which is the same as Drut total.
So I got
Yeah.
12 on D10 minus 4.
And that was for 3 whites
Used
and a red.
almost all of my chips.
I didn't have to use as many chips as you. Because it's me,
That's
not you.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you did give me a chip in the process. Thank you so
Yes.
much. That, I'm
Yes.
sure, will come back and bite you in the bum later.
Yeah, feel free for it to come back and bite him.
Oh, that would be too karmic. It-
Oh.
It doesn't work. It's not that simple.
But yes, you now both work on this, and it gets done. You do a side each, it gets done pretty quickly.
Cool.
So you now have a crap duster with the right logo on the fuselage and tail.
Mm-hmm.
The repairs are done to the radio. The tank has been siphoned. And the longest of these jobs is the 3 hours for the work in the cockpit.
Yeah. Because Merlin's a slowpoke.
Because Merlin's a slowpoke.
You vomited it, you clean it up. You chucked it up, you clean it up. Okay, how... Oh,
Now what, boss?
I feel there's a level of communication we could have been doing while we're having this painting job. I think our only option is perhaps to return to the scene of crime. If we can fly past
Which
the
crime?
blackheads.
There's been a couple. The
Oh god, that's all too accurate. I hate you.
airjacking, the murder, the smuggling, the theft, the grand theft aircraft. Which crime scene are we going back to?
Oh my fault. I didn't kill anyone. I didn't even steal anything.
Worryingly, none of you have killed anyone yet.
No.
It's the worryingly that's right at the front of that. It scares me. Okay. So, basic.
People were dying, and it wasn't my fault.
People were dying, yes. The Zeppelin was on fire, and it was not my fault. God. Okay, righty-ho. God. I was thinking the scene of the assault by Raven Crew or Nevermore, whatever the name is, on the Blackheads.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it's difficult to follow trail after several hours.
So basically, you want me to fly a plane painted in these raven colors to a place where the ravens just attacked. You could have just fired me, you know. around.
Alternative is we indeed
I
cause
mean, I'll
trouble.
do it if that's the plan, but I'm not sure it's a good plan.
Alternative is we go back to original plan, which was to cause trouble by buzzing the town.
Yeah, see, I think we need to raise our game.
Uh-huh.
Because we're going to do a bit of barnstorming, right? To try and cause trouble in the names of some guys who just attacked
Yes.
the Black Hat Zeppelin immediately outside town.
Yep. The
We need to
Blackheads-
raise our game.
Blackheads are pirates.
I may have to, I may have to barnstorm through a couple buildings.
Well, if you're not up to it, I understand.
That look.
I ain't even going to answer that.
Oh, bless his cottons.
So, what is thy plan?
I mean, I kind of think at the moment if I fly around in this plane, the only attention we're going to get is from the Black Hats,
This is true.
which ain't what we're looking for.
Trying to think of anything other than asking the Black Hats which way the bad guys went.
Yeah. If only somebody had been around to see some of the fight and maybe observe. But no. Alas, we weren't given that option.
This is a smile.
Feel the
I've seen
burn.
that smile before. Where have I seen that smile before? Oh yeah, that's it. On the thing you were hiding from in last night's stream.
Yes. To be fair. Oh, Lord. Okay.
So, where to? What you gonna do?
I take full responsibility.
Why?
I stayed here painting this piece of crap. When what I should have done is taken Nelly out and gone scouting the moment I knew where they were.
This is true.
Still could.
Could do.
Chances are she's faster than them. If they haven't got too much of a head start, I might figure out where they went.
Couple hours.
Well, we don't know how long the battle is.
True. Oh god. Okay. Do it.
Okay. Right, so I will take Nelly out.
Mm-hmm.
First off, obviously, I'm headed towards the Black Derby. The
Dark
Black
Derby.
House. Dark Derby. Headed towards the Dark Derby because that's my best chance of spotting it.
Okay.
Looking for little black specks beelining away from it, primarily.
Okay, let's have a scrutinize roll.
Scrutinize. That's an 8.
Okay. Now, this is happening sort of some couple of hours after the event.
Probably way too long after the event.
Yeah, so that there's no black specks running away from the Dark Derby. What there is circling the Dark Derby are patrols of at least 2 elements of Black Hat fighters.
I'm not going to go too close to them.
Corporal?
I know I'm not currently exhibiting the Longing for people to attack them, but I still think they might be a little bit, shoot first, check who we're shooting at later. I genuinely have no clue how the hell we're going to find it.
How long do contrails last? Except we're not on contrail. Well, yes, we are. Diesel engines.
But aviation fuel is not diesel. And most of what's left behind by piston engine fighters, in terms of the trails that you see, are eddies brought up by high G manoeuvres from the wingtips. So unless there is a damaged plane leaving smoke,
Yes,
it's not going to leave much of a trail. So what you're looking for is the heavy smoke from a damaged engine.
They got shot at. Is there a chance that one of them was fleeing damaged?
It's possible, but let's have a look at
if-
that scrutinize roll. Let's see.
I would
Or
have thought that if there was
chased.
a fleeing smoke trail in my 8 scrutinize,
Yeah.
I've seen it.
However, what your 8 scrutinize does see, as well as the patrols around the ZEP, are 2 other fighters flying in formation. They are brigands, same as the Black Hats fly.
Mm-hmm.
And they are certainly in Black Hat colours. Can't make out the squadron logos at this distance, but to all intents and purposes, based on what you're seeing, they would look like Black Hat planes. They are flying fairly low to the ground, away from the Dark Derby.
I'm going to shadow them for a bit higher up. Partly higher up so that they're less likely to notice me, partly higher up so that I can see more of the terrain and see if I can get an idea of whether they're flying to something or following something or away from something.
Okay.
Is there a landmark directly in front of them, that kind of thing.
There's not a landmark directly in front of them, but they are, now you're following them and you're far more cognizant of what they're doing. They would appear to be following a search pattern. They're looking for something. They're not flying in a straight line, they are weaving.
Something that logically isn't flying the hell away from here at high speed, or they would be looking for it. That's interesting. Yeah, I will fly casual and continue to shadow them.
Fly
Okay.
casual.
Yep.
And how does one fly casual piloting roll, please?
I think that how one flies casual is that one flies casually in an 11
Holy
height.
crap.
Ooh. Anybody would think this is primarily your thing.
This is my thing, yeah.
Yeah, you're flying with
Best
your
damn
thing.
pilot you ever met.
It's a whole new meaning to the term joystick. Sorry.
Uh-huh.
It's the heat! Bad jokes and puns and innuendo apparently today are going to happen. Many
That's
of
going to
us
be a
will
thing
have
today,
no
huh?
idea.
Okay.
It's going to be a thing. Don't say thing. The thing. I don't know.
Giant rocky-looking orange dude steps out from behind a shadow.
Where it beats giant tentacle teeth thing.
Yeah, I'll leave the horror
That's a
to
good
you.
question. Yeah, would rocky skin thing beat tentacle mouth thing?
No.
We need to know.
No.
I'm with Drutt on that. Good as Ben Grimm is, no.
And nobody will be able to detect it because it bursts through your clothes when it takes you. He doesn't wear any clothes. He already has knackered trousers.
This is true.
There'll be different knackered trousers.
You're thinking of the Hulk there.
Yeah, I suppose it is, isn't it?
Ben Grimm has perfectly normal clothes because he
Yeah.
doesn't change size.
That is true, yes.
He ruined his clothes
Once.
in
True.
space.
When he
True.
transformed.
Ruining his clothes once in space makes it sound like he did what Robinson did last week.
Well, you know how it is. I mean, if you're not used to the zero G,
Oh my.
Oh god. Don't you
maybe he just couldn't figure
watch
out
the
how to
stream.
use
This
the
is
space.
not representative of the normal quality of play.
It is ever representative of the normal humour of play.
Yes.
God help us all.
So you're
Okay.
you're a significant distance behind and above these guys, watching them form a search pattern. Now the interesting thing is here, you'd think if there were an element doing a search pattern, they would split up to cover more ground, but they're not. They are definitely searching. They're weaving around, covering more ground, but as a unified element, so that one is always covering the other.
Yeah,
They're scared.
Whatever they're searching for, they're worried.
Is it worth your while your wildfish radioing back?
Oh, it might be, but that doesn't mean Chuck would think. I had already considered, am I going to radio this in? And decided that Chuck probably wouldn't bother.
You gotta love Chuck. Or love chucking him out of a Zep or something.
Could be worse. I very nearly decided to shadow them flying upside down so that I could get a better view.
Oh god. Bоже мой.
So how long are you going to tail them for, do you reckon?
I reckon they've been out here longer.
They'll be running out of fuel.
Probably got less fuel. So I'm going to keep tailing them until either they head back in or they see me.
Okay.
You're playing grandmother's footsteps with planes with guns.
I've got a gun too.
You've got a pop gun!
It's a halfway decent gun. It's just I've got a gun, which I'm not very good with.
You haven't.
Okay, you've been following them for what feels like quite some time. Your fuel gauge is hitting about half, so you're expecting them to be lower, based on what you've already told me.
Yeah.
And the lead aircraft does a wing waggle and suddenly bolts off straight ahead. It takes his companion aircraft a good couple of seconds to register what's happened and take off after him.
I think at this point I'm going to lose a little altitude. Not too much, but I'm going to just try and close up the distance to that second aircraft a bit. Because either they've seen me and they're up to something, or they've found what they're looking for, and I don't want to miss it if they have.
Okay, can I have a scrutinise roll, please?
You can, whether you can have a good one or not. Ooh,
Oops.
apparently you can have a good one. That's a 9.
Okay.
Not bad at all.
So these guys have not only accelerated, but they've dropped altitude. They are hugging the ground.
Well, I'm not going anywhere near that low. I can, I'm just choosing not to.
I was going to say, you're perhaps not up to it.
Bit too obvious. I can't see them properly from down there.
I'm sorry, Chuck, concerned about being too obvious.
No, really, Chuck concerned about the visibility. From up here, he can see what they're doing far
Fair
better
enough.
than he can from down there.
The lead aircraft finds a river and flies to go and follow the river. It's going in roughly the same direction as he was. Whether he's gone to the river for a reason or whether he's just following the river, you can't tell.
Makes no sense that they would be searching for the river. That's what maps are.
Unless the river wasn't there earlier.
What the hell does this stolen drone do?
Yeah, we figured out what the gun does on the front. Particle blaster.
Yeah, the dam that was at the top of a lake 5 miles away, no longer. No, I jest. No,
No, but you've just covered one of my Deadlands plots.
Yeah, true.
Right.
Okay, so at least now I've got an idea that I can maybe follow the river to looking for. By comparison to Nelly, how fast is it?
oh Christ, Nelly can outstrip these guys without a problem. If you need to run away, you wouldn't have a problem.
I was thinking of running away.
All right, or catch them even.
Yeah, I was just wondering about maybe if I scooted off to the side and arced round to intercept the river further along, on the assumption that they're following the river. So I'm not coming from the same direction as them, but I can fly in and see what they're doing as if I'm just a plane coming in from a different direction that happens to be in the same place.
Okay, yeah, in terms of speed, the Brigand is probably about on a par with Mash's Maquette. Depending on how good their engineers are, but stock, yeah, about on a par with Mash's Maquette.
I'm not going to make a decision until I see whether the second plane does the same thing. 'cause that's
It does.
what I'm really doing.
There's yeah, there's some smoke coming out of the engine of the second plane.
That's worrying for him.
But he does appear to be trying to catch up to his wingmate.
It's one way for you to find them really fast.
Yeah, there's no question. They are pushing their planes right to the red line. Whatever the lead pilot has seen, he wants to get there quickly. Or evade it quickly.
Yeah. Okay, I think I'm going to lose a little bit more altitude, but I'm not going to follow them along the river. Instead, I'm going to parallel the river and try and off to one side and down a bit, where hopefully they won't see me because they've got a river. Actually overhaul them. Problem is I'm going to have to be gauging roughly where they've got to based on
That's that strikes me as a cognition and piloting role,
Yes, it does indeed.
or a piloting role based on cognition rather than.
Yes.
Oh, because nothing wants to talk to anybody today. I don't
It's just
know
too
what
damn
it
hot to
is.
do any talking.
Like, all tech has just gone. You know what? Forget it.
Oh my word.
It does indeed explode. That's a 15.
That'll do the job quite nicely. And I'll have another scrutinise roll from you as well, please.
Sorry.
So yeah,
Sounds
my
like somebody
plan,
knocked on
that's
my
going
door.
to be an 8.
Right, you're nearer to it now. You can... where they would appear to be headed, and the river does kind of go in that direction, you can see some faint wisps of black smoke coming from the ground up ahead.
Ah,
You've,
Right,
you've seen enough wrecks to have a pretty good idea that that's a downed aircraft.
yeah, that changes my plan then. What I was going to do once I'd overhauled them was actually pull into the river and try and see what they were looking at. But I already know what they're looking at, so I'm just going to open up the... Well, I've already opened up the throttle. I'm just going to make a beeline straight towards the down aircraft. Try and get there ahead of them.
Yeah, but between your aircraft's maximum speed and the fact that you can go into a dive to accelerate past it...
I am unfortunately impulsive, so I'm going to try and get there ahead of them, and if there is a space, I'm going to land.
Oh God!
Right, how far are you going to push your aircraft to make sure you get there ahead of them? Because you know that on paper your aircraft is much faster than them without doing anything fancy. But you also
I'm
know
gonna
that you can
right.
tease a little bit more out of your aircraft.
I'm definitely going to try and tease them. I'm redlining this.
Then I'll have a piloting roll, please.
Impulsive hotshot pilot. What else would he do?
Your cautious captain, or at least commander.
Oh my word!
That's a 20.
Oh wow! What are you gonna do with me?
Resists temptation to add a red chip.
So, this is where having retained much of your altitude pays off. Because that thing's on the ground, you need to get to it. Push the throttle right forward,
Speed. I
put
also
the
need to
nose
go
down.
Perfect.
You can hear the wings start to whistle as you're gathering speed past your 350 max.
Down's not normally the issue.
Remembering, of course, that I do need to stop, and preferably not by hitting the ground.
Really?
There will be another piloting roll we need, let's see, we're going to need a cognition roll to spot a landing. Cognition piloting to spot your landing zone. You're going very quickly, you're going to have to pick it out quickly. You get one chance to pick the right landing spot. And if perchance you pick the wrong one, that's going to make landing really, really difficult. Jesus.
Okay, 16 on that one.
And now a regular piloting to put it down first time. Because obviously if you have to bump and go, they've got time to... Jesus, whacked!
$44? Does that do it?
Shit me!
That's a drop level roll, fish.
I may have to come back to the VOD of this and clip that.
I was going to clip that. Yeah, I'm thinking that we need that clipped. because-
Holy crap!
Holy crap! How did you do that?
Out of
fish?
12s there.
Oh my god!
There's Jesus, where that's an impressive bit of flying. Even you are impressed by your own flying there.
I didn't know that plane was a VTOL. Bloody hell.
So you've got this thing accelerated into a power dive. You can hear it lovely singing as she's diving. It's a beautiful thing to hear.
Oh, and
The ground's coming up
wings
really,
fall.
really quick. Without a second thought, you drop the landing gear, pop the air brakes, bring the nose up to bring it into a stall as you're coming down. You can feel the speed just bleed off as you've got this thing nose up. And you stop it in a fraction of its normal landing distance.
From top speed to stopped in.
Very, very yeah.
Didn't know it came with a handbrake.
That's what it is, yes. I'm being written by the people who wrote the awful, awful movie Battleship. I've just done a handbrake turn in a plane.
What Guillermo del Toro?
T-stop.
Actually, he's the director. I'm not sure if he wrote it. Now I need to check.
I mean, that is the only film I have ever seen where somebody does a T-stop in Battleship. I mean, it is just so utterly ridiculous.
I need to go and see this film just
Yeah.
to see that scene now.
Yes, I'm
It
thinking
is
that.
terrible. It
I'm
really
thinking
is.
Vindaloo six-pack. Okay.
Right, so you've
Well,
stopped.
at any point, are you going to radio back to base that you
You-
found this shit?
You are 100 yards or so from the burning wreckage of another aircraft. The aircraft itself is burnt out.
Well, I am gonna hop out and run over there. I know it's on fire, but
Yeah.
I'm assuming that means that from here, there's no way I can tell, for example, what its original colour scheme was.
Original colour scheme, no.
So I'm hoping if I get closer, I might see some clues. If nothing else, as to what type of plane it is, whether they're looking for one of their attackers or whether they're looking for one of their own. So yeah, hopping out of the plane and running over there.
Okay, bear with me one second.
Worst case, if they don't shoot on sight, if they do catch up to me, I can say, I saw this crashed plane and came in to help. It's what you do.
Is it?
Just looking for one of my notes that appears to have disappeared off. There it is, okay. Right. Whilst you can't make out the colour scheme on it, the configuration brings it down to the possibility of being really only one aircraft. It's a pusher, the engine's at the back. It's got some fairly heavy gunnery on it, making it a heavy fighter, ground attack. The wings are aft, it's got canards at the front. Chances are, unless it's really, really wrecked, it's going to be a Whitley Douglas Raven.
Do I know anything particular about that? Or about anyone around here who uses them?
They're
Might be using the Raven.
They're older aircraft, predominantly used as heavy fighters and ground attack. They are renowned for being sturdy and able to dish out a reasonable amount of punishment, as well as take it.
Sturdy enough. But either way, yeah, I mean, if it's a Raven, that gives us a possible link. Yeah.
Just a bit.
What kind of state is? I mean, I know the plane is on fire. What kind of state is the cockpit in? Is there any chance the pilot might still be alive?
Canopy's gone. Possibly the pilot bailed or evacuated on crash landing. Either way, there is no pilot in the cockpit.
Okay, with no pilot in the cockpit, there's nobody for me to talk to. Getting back to Nelly and getting airborne again, sharpish.
Okay. Can I have another pilot enrolled to get off the ground, please? Because you've got to do a short takeoff now.
Yeah. Nowhere near as good, only a 14 on the D12 that time.
Okay.
I'm there.
I love this.
You give yourself you do a little bit of taxiing to give yourself as much run up as possible, because she's a race plane. She's not got masses of lift. She relies on speed for that.
Absolutely.
So you need to get the speed up. So you get as far as much of a long run up as you can, and then gun the engines. And you knew from coming into land that if you don't get off in time, it's a sheer drop down. You're in mountainous regions, so either you take off, or you get a very good close-up of the side of the mountain.
Sheer down is not as bad as sheer up.
True. Sheer down would have given you a
Better
second
chance
chance.
of recovering from
Yes.
that. Yeah.
That's why you taxied and turned around.
Yeah. Okay.
And as you're now getting off the ground, the mountain's falling away from under you. You've just about got the lift to power through and get going. There's two brigands in front of you coming in.
Yeah, I'm going to try a lot.
What are they going to do?
Lots of up. Lots and lots of up.
Lots and lots of up at this point, yeah.
Okay.
And now I'm switching on my radio. Midas to bad debt, Midas to bad debt.
Midas, Madonna here. Report. You've been out of touch.
Our old friends seem to have sent out a patrol to look for one of our new friends. One of whom appears to have got a nasty sprained ankle on the way home.
Okay. Do you need any bandage?
I think it's a little past that.
I don't suppose you found any suitcases. Maybe we could pick up their luggage.
No. No. Nothing real interesting. But, if our old friends will let me, I'm gonna stick around a little longer and see what they're up to.
Would you like a little company?
Yeah, that might be an idea. I'm gonna give her a basic, what's the word I'm looking for? My mind has gone...
Location?
Well, there won't
Vector?
actually be a location, but
Direction?
Yes.
yeah, I'll give you the vector.
Vector, actually, yeah.
Vector,
A
that's the
vector
one.
would
Yeah.
be good, yes. That's not the word I was trying to think of, but
Yeah.
it will definitely will do.
So, what you see the two brigands do is split. One clearly goes down for a landing. One begins a bank to turn around. Now the thing with the brigand is, it has tail gunners. And you can see bullets flying past you. Not even close to hitting you, but the traces are there.
Coming in my direction.
They're definitely aiming at you, just not very well.
I don't appreciate bullets aiming in my direction. Remember we had that discussion on the combat Immelman turn?
We did.
And the fact that it's one of my what are they called?
Maneuvers.
One of my fancy flying
Yep.
maneuvers. I think I'm just going to pull one now and get my pop gun pointed in the rough direction of this second plane.
Okay. Give me a piloting roll.
That was lousy. I only got a 6.
But this is one of your maneuvers. This is a thing you do. You only needed a success,
Yeah.
which you have. So,
So, yeah, I'm now pointed back the other way.
throttle back, wait for the stall, kick the rudder around, throttle up, and off you go. You are now pointed at the guy that's still trying to turn around.
Right. I have no real illusions that I'm going to. But since he shot at me, it would be rude not to return the favor.
Okay, gunnery. That's cognition, I believe.
Ah, yeah.
I thought that was where I put it. Holy crap.
Okay, so it's all about the explosions here today. That's an 11.
Right.
You. Daka
You,
daka.
you fire off your you line him up. You squeeze down on the trigger. You fire off your 40 cal, and see as Tracer and other bullets start ripping some of the skin off of his hull.
That'll teach you to shoot at me, you son of a...
which triggers some evasive manoeuvres on his part. He clearly wasn't expecting that.
Yep. Well, despite the fact that I said I was going to hang around, and see, I did say I'd see if they'd let me hang around, and the answer would appear to be no.
They don't seem keen, do they?
No. So if he's making evasive manoeuvres, that should throw off his tail gunner enough for me to be able to make some of my own. What I really want to do is break off this engagement
Okay.
and actually take a wide-ish circle round so I can do another pass and see what they're doing. Which will give them another opportunity to engage me, but in the meantime, at least I'm not having to worry about them for now.
How long did it take you to tell these guys to this location?
They've been out a good while.
And that last section I was going really quickly.
Yes.
I am coming, by the way, but I am coming in my actual fighter, my maquette.
Yeah.
Which has guns enough to fight
Yeah.
a bunch
If
of things,
they-
but he's kind of slow.
If they follow me after my second pass, then I'll know that I've got you waiting up ahead to assist me.
Yes.
Otherwise, I don't know that I would want to be risking this, and I would be thinking very hard about. I might not want to risk this, but is Chuck smart enough not to do it?
I'm having an Elite Dangerous moment now. You may be flying around in your Sidewinder and hoping that Bruce is just around
No,
the next.
If this was an Elite Dangerous moment, I probably would have flown directly between the two brigands.
Yes. Accurate, 100%.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I am there for that.
Yeah, do I need a piloting roll to break off this engagement?
No, not at all.
Distracted?
His evasive manoeuvres have put him belly towards you. The tail gunner doesn't have a chance of getting a bead on you. It's not even a case of squirting off some shots in your general direction. The gunner literally cannot get a bead on you.
In that case, yeah, I'm going to break off, and then I'm going to circle round. I'm going to try and circle round so that when I do my fly past to see what they're doing, which I'm going to do at a low level, it will be headed back in the direction that I want to go, back towards the Bandit and Madonna.
Okay.
So that I can literally just circle round, line up, and the moment I've seen what I want to see, open up the throttle.
Okay, the lead brigand is definitely going into land.
Yeah, I had a feeling he probably was.
His friend looks like he's circling around to re-engage you, but hasn't gotten a bead on you yet.
If I can, I will dawdle enough to see what the lead plane does upon landing, but I'm still obviously keeping one wary eye on the guy who wants to shoot me out of the sky. I don't want to be shot out of the sky. I like Nelly, I don't want him full of holes.
Right, he is manoeuvring. He will get a bead on you if you stay and dawdle.
Okay. In that case, forget about the dawdling. I will just open it up. And I won't open it all the way until I know that he's actually following me, which I suspect he won't. But I will open it up and head off towards a rendezvous. I suspect that if I'm leaving, this guy will probably take any opportunity shots that he has and then stay behind to cover us with we shall see.
Okay. You head off on your escape vector. He does indeed take some pot shots at you as you do so. Wildly missing. Ones galore. His companion definitely lands, stops, gets out. At that point, you've got no idea what he does because you're way out of sight.
Over those green hills and far away.
He follows you for about 2-3 minutes and then breaks off to return back to his friend. But even without completely going full onto the stops, you're outrunning him, so...
Well, that didn't go brilliantly.
Well, we found the wreckage. You've managed to piss everybody off. So at least you're consistent.
Madonna, this is Midas. Can confirm our old friends are aggressively average pilots.
Okay. Confirmed, Midas. Any sign of luggage? Of what our new friends are doing?
I suspect that our old friends don't really know much more about our new friends than we do.
Why would they be shooting them?
Just so that the GM is absolutely clear, old friends are the Black Hats, new friends are...
Well, you see, I would love to make that absolutely clear for you, but in doing so, I would also make it clear to Drut, and I'm not sure why Madonna has interpreted this yet.
Fine, okay.
I will tell you that, and I don't care which way around he's doing it, I am treating the new friends as the Nevermore Raven crew, on the grounds that we don't know them.
Okay, so we are talking on the same assumptions then. Yeah, new friends because they're new in town. Yeah. We've never heard of them before. Yeah. Old friends are the ones who are already established.
I've already had an encounter with the Black Hats twice now.
When I said it, I'm glad to hear that we are on the same page.
We are on the same page, yes. Which is handy.
But I don't want to risk too much of a conversation about it on an open radio frequency for obvious reasons.
Yep.
Of course, the wonderful thing about radios in this day and age is they're not as secure as they are now.
No. So, should you wish to be tuning into other people's band, you might be able to hear their communications. Not that that's what Masha is doing in any way, shape, or form.
As if.
Just saying.
Not something that Chuck has considered.
So the flight continues to your rendezvous. You are unimpeded in getting there.
Okie dokie. Well, when I see her approaching, I'll give a little bit of a wall waggle to make it clear that this isn't that I'm me. So what now, boss?
Okay.
I can show you where our new friend took his tumble.
Do it.
But when I was there last, I was told in no uncertain terms to mind my own business.
How many?
2.
Okay, let's go and have a look. They can shout at the child, but the mother's here now.
Turn round and lead Madonna back to the crash site.
The Madonna, the one whose speciality is gunnery.
Yeah. Much better than me and has more guns to play with.
Only 1 point better than you, I think. I think you've got 4d4, 4d12, haven't you?
Gunnery? No.
No?
I've got 2d10.
Oh, have you? Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, in that case, yes.
I'm focused on flying. I mean, 2d10, he can shoot.
Yeah.
But his focus is on flying.
The day when both of you are in the same aircraft is a day the bad guys will rue forever.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, Masha insists on flying.
Which wouldn't surprise me in the least if she was...
4d12, she's not too shabby.
In the turret.
Nobody puts baby in the cockpit.
Nobody puts baby in the turret, that's the one.
Hi Robinson, we decided you were our tail gunner. Don't take it personally.
Okay. So you're returning to the crash site, is that correct?
Yes, because that's the biggest clue we've got. That's
okay.
the only clue we've got. We need to see what they're doing.
Okay.
When we get back in sight of the smoke. You got an idea where we're going now, Madonna?
Oh, I would seem to have a slight clue. Where does Gunnery live?
Under cognition. added on at the bottom.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's all good. Just having one of those.
Well,
I know it's here.
given that we're on the way back and you want to talk to these folks, I'll just go knock on the door. Lose a bit of altitude, open up the throttle. I'm coming in hot.
Okay.
So yeah, first things first. Is the second plane still circling? Is
Well-
the first plane back in the air?
Yes is the answer to both those questions. The
Right.
surprising part is that they're shooting at each other.
Okay. That's interesting.
What the hell's been going on? I'm not even be consistently inconsistent. Are they both black hats?
Yes.
Right. Is there some way that I can identify? I mean, I can identify for myself. I can identify. Is there some way that I can identify to Madonna which plane is what to me is the second one, the one that I took a shot at?
You'll need a cognition roll to remember which was which.
Okay, we'll go with cognition. That's an 8. Don't know what it was.
Okay, the aircraft that shot at you had as nose art a typical sort of nose art female form, pointing a pistol towards the front of the aircraft with the words
Door,
"Pistol
delete
packing
that
mama" written underneath
I
it.
was about to say, I was literally heading off into lay that pistol down.
Madonna, my estimate says that Pistol Packing Mama there has not touched down and is definitely a black hat.
Okay. And alternative? Other plane?
Well, the other plane landed, so could be our new friend has taken it.
If we wish to talk to new friends, then we must dissuade old friends. Would you like to distract old friends while I
Will you
dissuade
deal with
them?
the new guy? Sure. Never let it be said that Chuck Shackelford didn't want to play with a Pistol Packing Mama.
As can be found in every casino and
It's-
dive bar.
Written on the walls of a lot of toilets.
And will
Okay,
continue
so-
to be so from here on out.
Yep.
From here on out, yeah.
Yep.
Right, well, it would make more sense for me to try and get behind my target. I want to attract their attention, and I'm an impulsive hotshot, so I'm going to try and wedge Antilles this. I'm going to come round from the wrong direction and go head to head.
Okay,
The
now
other guy is on the ground, isn't he? Basically, that was the situation. It's the one we think has been stolen by the Ravens has landed, hasn't it?
No, that plane landed to investigate the wreckage.
Right, and then took
it
off
was in
again.
the process of landing as I was on my way out. Now it's back in the air and it's dogfighting its friend.
Okay.
That to me suggests the pilot of the other plane could well have been hanging around somewhere and bashed him on the back of the head. Quite glad he didn't bash me on the back of the head. Possibly the fact that I wasn't wearing black hat colours may have had something to do with it.
Yeah.
actually that needs more of a.
So yeah, what we need to do is take out the pistol packing mama, and
What we need to do is get the cat away from the microphone.
and push the presumed Raven into landing.
Yeah, we need to disable it.
Yes.
So,
precision
Fishy,
shots.
you are going head to head with Pistol Packing Mama.
I am indeed.
Now, Pistol Packing Mama obviously is engaged in a dogfight with the other brigand.
Yeah.
May not necessarily notice you because their attention is going to be on the other brigand.
Yeah.
Will you be shooting as you go through, or are you just playing chicken?
Oh yeah, I'm going to be shooting.
Okay,
right
cool.
now.
And
I'm just thinking of that scene in Star Wars where he rescues Luke and he comes in from the front.
And flies through the
Flies
wreckage
past
of the
Luke
tie on
and
the... Yeah.
shoots the,
Yeah.
So
Right.
I'm going to try not to hit the brigand, the possibly stolen brigand, and shoot the definitely Black Hat brigand.
Okay. Piloting roll to get yourself in position, and then gunnery roll to lay those bullets down.
That's a 13 on the piloting roll.
Nice.
Yeah, gotta love those d12s.
Especially when they come up 12.
And that's a 14 on the gunnery roll.
Oh, blimey.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
see, the reason that was only a 13 on the piloting roll is because he was concentrating really hard on the shooting and not really thinking about flying, so he didn't do so well.
Okay. Very quick scrutinise check to verify the impact of your volley. Jesus Christ. Okay.
It is all about the exploding.
You're pretty sure you hit the windshield. Now,
Ooh, nasty.
most fighters have reinforced glass on the front. The fact that the plane isn't suddenly just going down tells me that you didn't
Its job.
take out the pilot, but he's certainly aware of your interest in the engagement at this point.
Pain in the arse when the cockpit goes because you can't see
Cockpit
anything. Your heads up's gone.
Yeah, you've got only 15 minutes of oxygen remaining.
25 minutes.
7.5.
A grade life support.
D grade life support. And the pistol packing mama certainly changes attitude in how they're fighting. Now, of course, having gone head to head, you're going to pass each other,
Yeah.
which means that you are going to have to contend with the tail gunner, who apparently just got out of grade school. Because they still can't hit for shit.
Well, I don't want it to be too predictable, but the obvious thing after a pass like this is to go into another Immelman. Because I've got to turn back round and get on the first tail. And that's exactly what the turn was invented.
Indeed it was.
But there's also a maquette coming up fairly close behind me. So I'm not sure how much I'm doing
Yep.
before Drut gets to do something.
Right, Drut, you've seen this head-to-head pass, and you've seen Fishy go past, slightly underneath the other aircraft, so as to give the turret gunner less of an aim, although because he's got to pull up anyway to do the Immelman, which is the prime time for the turret gunner to take his shots. And what you also get to see, while Fishy is focusing on the Immelman, he's not focusing on the other brigand. The other brigand has noticed what he's doing and appears to be moving to cover one or both current combatants.
That's a shame. Right. I am going to attempt to manoeuvre my Marquette at a higher altitude than the suspected Nevermore brigand
Okay.
and aim a pair of shots either side of his cockpit.
Either side.
Yes, I have two guns.
You're aiming to miss, is what you're telling me.
I am aiming to miss, but I am aiming to miss close enough that he notices.
She's firing a warning shot across his bows.
Okay.
Bounce
She's
at this
confused
stage.
about exactly what type of vehicle we're in.
I want to force him down, and I'd really like his attention not on our very likely armed racer, please. He's doing his own thing.
Yeah. The paper plane might not be the best one to.
On the other hand, he might have been going to take the opportunity that afforded by my distraction to finish off the other brigand. You don't know.
Yeah, but you don't want that. Do you really want Chuck to lose a kill?
Chuck's not fussed about kills. Chuck's fussed about flying. He's done something really cool already. That's a good start.
Okay.
So,
Done a bunch of stuff today. This is a good day for Chuck.
right, piloting roll for Fishy on his Immelman and for Drut to put in position for your warning shot.
Okay.
That was only a 10 in moment.
Sufficient.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, so that's a 10 on my piloting.
Very nice. Now your gunnery. I'm going to need a raise on your gunnery to not hit you, to specifically not hit your target because it's kind of against the training.
Okay, not a problem. We're going with the exterior dice. So, probably not that one. That one, 9 so far. And an explosion.
Explosion guarantees it.
Sideways. Ah, so that would be a 21.
Jesus Christ. Okay, Fishy. Once
Gunnery perfect.
having completed your Immelman, were you gonna fire off at your target again?
Not straight away, no. I wanted to get in on his tail and see what he does. And probably shoot at him again at some point because he's got a tail gun.
He does indeed have a tail gunner.
I might possibly, once I'm on his tail, wants to aim specifically at his gun, his rear turret. Is it a rear turret? Or
It is a rear turret. If I put the... Have I got a picture of the Brigand? The thing with the Brigand is that there is a rear turret, but the gunner for the turret sits directly behind the pilot rather than in the turret.
So it's double cockpit.
Yeah.
Double cockpit with the guns at the back of that, or are the guns actually remote?
The guns are... Let's have a look at the... Okay, yeah. The guns are slightly remote. So if I switch you to... effectively the box cover. That is a Brigand on the box cover there. So the cockpit is up here. The guns are back here. The gunner sits right behind the pilot.
That explains why he's missing. He's using a really awkward firing system. It's no wonder he keeps missing.
Don't say things like that because he won't.
Yeah, I think my best bet, given that this is a remote system, I'm going to gamble that I can mess that up and actually aim at the gun turret itself. Because if I can do some damage to that, the gunner may lose control. If he was actually there with the guns, then even if I'd managed to jam something, it'd still, fire twice a day.
Yeah.
So to speak. But as it is, I might be able to mess up his control completely if I can do some damage to the turret. So
He has no control. He keeps eating and eating.
I'm going to take a pot shot at the turret. That's probably going to be a raise.
Absolutely.
I love the music. It's so wonderfully inappropriate.
It's totally appropriate. The only thing that could be better would be Papa.
Meow meow. Meow meow meow.
Okay, that's currently not doing it. How?
Correct.
You have chips.
Yeah. This might be a bad time to do the
Have you got any whites? Blow through your whites first.
Yeah, but I'm almost. I've got one white chip left. I blew through most of them last time now.
But you can use your white and then move up.
And I've got to roll. Yeah, but I've got to roll a 10 to
Yeah.
make that white worth doing.
Yeah.
Because it's
On
got
a
to be
D10.
better than my 9. So that's just not going to happen. Either of the other 2 chips adds directly to the 9 and
Says
gets
the
me
man
down.
who rolled.
Automatically gets me my raise. But do I want to give
44.
Knight a chip?
Do you want to give Knight a chip, or you have the opportunity to not
You
give me a
have
chip?
blue.
Yeah, I know. This is the thing. Is do I want to use a blue chip on what may be a minor encounter? Okay, I'll use a blue chip on what may be a minor.
Can I
Blue chip. Okay.
give
Yes?
him one of my chips?
So that gives me a 14 in total. Which
I was just wondering on the aid another.
provided that I didn't need 2 raises.
No, I suppose you're not exactly short of chips, are you?
Neither of you
I'm
are short
getting
of chips.
now. I've been burning them in this scene like
No,
nobody's
you've got
business.
what, 4 left?
I've got 4 chips left, yeah. And 2 of them are red.
Yeah.
One is blue.
I got more chips. No, I've only got one blue chip.
Correct. You have 1 blue, 3 red.
I
Right,
reckon
so-
that should be sufficient. If I needed 15, I would
You focus your 50 cals on the tail end of... Sorry, 40 cals.
Only a 40.
It's only 40. On the tail end of the brigand. You are met with no return fire.
That's a welcome.
Drat, your warning shot.
Yep.
The pilot would appear to have noticed you because they have changed attitude somewhat.
Mm-hmm.
Their turret is in the general direction of Fishy and the other brigand.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Midas and the other brigand. Let's keep it to
Yep.
character names.
Yep.
But they're trying to get their nose in your general direction.
Oh, we're not having that. My aim in this is to force them down.
Who knows what they might be up to?
Okay. Let's encourage them to want to land this beastie. Let's have a quick look at the picture of the brigand. So, their tail section.
Yes.
That's basically turret with flaps, isn't it? So they don't seem to have much of a vertical tail fin.
Correct. The brigand is a very, very odd design. In real-world physics, I can't see that it would ever be a stable platform because it doesn't have the wing surface. The role of the tail fin is taken up by these raised sections on the wing, which do have rudder on the back end of them. So all you've got
Okay.
at the back is flaps.
Okay. I am going, in that case, to encourage them to put this down. Because what I'm going to do is, if they are acting as rudder control, I am going to put a bullet through the left-hand wing in the vertical section with the rudder.
Okay.
That's what I'm aiming for.
That's
And I'm
gonna,
aiming for a precision shot.
yeah, that's going to take a rose.
Yep. That's okay. It's nice to actually have a skill I'm using for change. Okay. So that's 10 so far. Still 10. Side one is a 10. I'm going to blow a white chip.
Okay.
Hang on a sec. I will track how many chips I'm blowing because I have a feeling this might get expensive.
I'll pick up the stack.
So, let's put one down. That's more like it. Jesus. Well, I'm up to 24.
Okay, is that just on a white chip or have any other chips
One
gone
white
in?
chip.
One white chip only, okay.
Sounded like it.
24. That will be a 27. That wouldn't. My brain just divided. That will be a 29.
Okay.
Total of 29. I have put it between that bit of wood and that bit of wood and lodged a bullet in the rudder mechanism.
Despite using 50 cal ammunition, she has somehow still managed to carve her initials.
Right. Fishy.
Yeah.
The tail gunner on the what was the lead brigand, that you now seem to believe is a Raven-related brigand, arcs fire straight through the belly of the brigand you're chasing down. And there's now oil squirting out of the back of this plane, all over your windscreen.
The wrong one looks like it's going to have to land.
Your vision is now slightly impaired because you've got oil on your windshield,
Oh, great.
making things
have
just
to
a
lean
little
out.
more difficult for you.
Lean out.
Resisting the temptation just to, yeah.
Druts,
Yo.
your shot has indeed damaged the rudder on that wing of the other brigand. It would appear to have been mid-maneuver, so that rudder is now locked.
That's what I was hoping. He's basically now he's got to go down, because otherwise he's going to fly in circles until he dies. Essentially.
You'd think that. What
Well,
he's
that's the
actually
hope.
done, from what you can see at least, there's been a big bellow of black smoke out the exhausts, and he's going nose up.
No. No, 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 no. Okay, I am positioning I'm going to pull what Fishy did basically. I'm going to play chicken with him. Only I'm going to do it from above.
You do have altitude.
I've got altitude. I'm going to position myself over him. If he wants to come up, he's going to have to come up through me. It's going to be a test of nerve as to see who blinks first. She says, going for her over-awe skill, because if that doesn't count, nothing bloody does.
Okay. So this thing's coming up to you, turning lazily to the right as it does. You're going head to head with it as it does so.
Yeah.
Scrutinise, please.
Never into skills. Scrutinise. I do have. Oh god, yes. Kicks ass on scrutinise, in fact. 40-12. We ignore those. I'm blowing a white chip.
Okay.
Because I'm not happy with either of
Definite
those.
proof this isn't a boss monster. The number of chips that we are spending.
Oh, that's
When
better.
we meet the real
12.
challenge, we're screwed.
23.
Okay. That scrutinise check is definitely
1,
sufficient
4, 12.
to spot the canopy slide open.
Oh, we're not having that. Right. Is he going to try and shoot me?
I think he's
Or
going
reject.
to jump out of his damaged plane, but
Yeah, there was
we'll
that.
see.
Yes. In which case, he's going to try and aim his plane at me as a
In
missile.
fact, with that roll
Okay,
being so
he's gonna
good,
try and jump out of his damaged plane and steal yours in midair.
you can see that roll is so good. You can see not only has the pilot slid the canopy back, but they are definitely fiddling with something in the cockpit.
Uh-huh.
He's got a rocket launcher.
Yes. I am seriously wondering, yes, does he have the drone?
No,
I'm
he doesn't have the drone. The drone is too big to hold in the cockpit.
This is
The
true.
drone would be mounted on the underside of the. It's a smaller version of an. It's still an aircraft, but smaller. It's not.
Stand up in the cockpit with a bazooka. I mean, it's a possibility.
That's a possibility. Yes.
Chuck a
Okay.
try.
As is the jump out of the alien plane onto the not alien plane and try and take that. Heck, that was in the first mission of the Crimson Skies game.
I am going, in that case, to confuse the hell out of him, I'm going to roll. I am going to roll around his plane. I'm starting above him. I'm basically do a barrel roll to the right,
Okay.
leaving me at a lower altitude. He's going to jump, I'm going to make it life harder for him.
Okay.
Former flying circus background.
Right. So you start your roll. As you see the gunner climbing out of the cockpit, you obviously lose sight because you're now underneath it.
Yep,
But certainly the gunner was climbing out.
that's dedication for you. Really hoping the poor sod's strapped on.
The idea that it could have been the plane could have been stolen is rather shut down by the fact that there was a gunner as well as a pilot. It just the one gun. Although I do know that it was a Raven on the ground. I know that's a single-seater or
The Raven is a single-seater, but there have been some modded with a second seat for observation purposes. Because of the wreckage that you looked at, you've got no way of knowing which that was.
it's just too narrow.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if Nevermore infiltrated, as I was loosely thinking of, the dirigible of the Black Hats,
Yeah, it's possible.
nicked one of their ships, fled in one of their own. If the Black Hats had what we're looking for, or had something that they wanted, that might be the way to go. But either way, let's deal with the situation as it stands, and see if we can get these guys on the ground to talk to them, involving a knife.
Yeah, let's just shoot the target in front of us.
Yes, deal with the target in front of us.
So, Drut, you are now lower than the climbing brigand. Fish, you are still behind your brigand. You have oil on your windshield. It's a little difficult to see exactly what's going on.
I think I'm just going to try and stay on his tail, but while nobody's shooting at me at the moment nobody seems to be shooting at me, I'm going to flick through some radio channels and see if there's any chatter coming from either of these planes.
Okay. You're going to stay on this guy's tail, you say, yeah? Okay. Drut, what are you up to?
Okay, he's climbing. I'm now below him. Am I now pointing in the same direction as him, or am I still in basically?
You went head to head. You barrel rolled past, so you are now past him.
Past him. Okay, I am going to pull up and roll back. Is it split S? I think it is.
Yep.
The one where you flip at the end.
Yeah, that's split S.
With the aim of being in line with his turret gun, because he doesn't need that.
Okay.
I'm basically dismantling this plane around him as he goes.
Split S, I think, is actually one in
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah, the other Immelman.
Yeah.
The wing over, I think, is
So long-
the
so
other
long
Immelman,
as-
isn't it?
Yeah,
is it?
so long as you
Yeah.
know what I'm doing.
Yes.
There's a reason why I'm specifying
The combat Immelman, yeah.
when
Yeah.
doing mine to clarify which one it is.
Yeah.
It's the original rather than the one.
So, Drut,
Fair enough. Yo.
you come up behind this brigand. He has levelled off slightly. The gunner is on the wing, messing with the busted rudder.
Ah, that's a shame.
Oh dear. Scratch one gunner.
Yeah.
Fishy, the brigand you are tailing appears to be looking to make a landing of some sort.
How hard is it just to do one shot from a 50 cal?
It's a machine gun.
Yeah,
It doesn't have a single shot option.
You've got to squeeze.
You
really
squeeze the trigger,
quickly
there will
onto
be
it.
a burst of some amount.
So I'd need to basically leave it on there so the last of the burst connected with my target.
Yeah, that would be one way to do it. Yeah.
That would be a way to do it. That would be some serious raises needed to get that level of accuracy. Because you're talking pinpoint accuracy here now
I know.
on a 50
I
caliber
know.
machine gun.
Yes, I know. I'm basically, this is what I want to do. I'm assuming, because let's face it, we've all probably got parachutes,
Mm-hmm.
including the gunner. I am wondering if I can take the gunner's leg off.
Charming.
Give him a chance.
Even a
of not
parachute
dying.
wouldn't save
Leg
him.
off. I don't know that the parachute's going to help.
No, no. No,
Not
either
thinking,
the shock will
okay,
kill him or
he's
the
got a
blood loss will
parachute,
kill him.
He can use the parachute cable for a tourniquet. And then just make a bandage out of the parachute itself.
Yeah.
God, that is one hell of a cold shot.
I mean,
Just
my
take the wing
ideal.
off and be done with it.
No, my ideal is actually that I blow off the rudder that he's working on and knock him off the wing as a result. I'd ideally not like to kill him. If we want to have a conversation with these people, I'd like to have at least somebody alive to talk to.
I don't know whether you've got the speed, because these planes are about the same speed, but you have done damage to this one. But you could pretend it's a V1. That'd knock him off the wing.
That would knock him off the
What did you
wing,
have
yeah.
in mind?
Knight's figuring it.
The nut,
Yeah,
well, hit
yeah.
the tail.
Yeah,
They use
used to deal
Typhoons
with
for
the
it.
V1 by flying
Yeah.
alongside it. The V1 had wings, unlike the V2.
Yeah.
And what they would do is they would fly along so their wing was underneath the wing of the V1, then long, and they would flip
You
it.
just have
And
a quick
this
look.
would basically knock it off course and usually send it back the other way.
I'm not sure the
Or into
maquette's
the sea, at
got
least.
the. I don't know the maquette's got the structure for it.
Yeah,
To
you've
be
got
honest.
wingtips.
I do have the wingtips, yeah. Ah, fuck it. What the hell?
You've got the wingtips. They're clear enough of your flaps that properly done, that shouldn't give you a problem.
I was also thinking of not marmalising him. We do not need to Indiana Jones this guy on my propellers.
Well, if
You could do it the other way actually. Instead of flipping up, you could force the wing that he's on down, and then he'd fall towards your wing.
Are you
bounce off
suggesting
that.
I kidnap the gunner?
I mean, I don't think you'd be able to actually catch him, but if he fell towards your wing, bounced off that and down, it would be less of an impact than if the
This
whole
is
plane
true.
went up and over and threw him through the air.
And it would also be a harder piloting role. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't think about the difficulty of piloting roles. I just
They
Bear
would
in
both
mind-
be very difficult piloting
Yeah.
roles, to be honest.
I'm not saying for this one, by the way, but bear in mind, Knight, that you can give out poker chips. You can give out draws.
I know I can.
Yep, just checking. Because I think some of the stuff that Fishy's been doing, I've been very, very tempted about. Right, okay. In that
What,
case,
so
I'm going to
do
do...
you not think that rolling 44 on a piloting chip piloting roll deserves that we earn a legend chip?
Let's see if anyone lives to talk about it, shall we? Okay, I'm going to do the press down then, which is going to be,
So you,
as I said, the more difficult role.
so I believe I've moved it such that you've all got a good view of the stalwart now on screen. So there is.
Uh-huh.
The danger of this manoeuvre is the possibility that by forcing the right wing of the brigand down like that, you cause the brigand to essentially flip over and crash into you. But that's a minor issue to be dealt with.
Yeah, but there is certainly sufficient wing surface area that he wouldn't fall into your propellers.
And I'd definitely be doing it on the already damaged side. So with luck, that will already be tending in the right direction.
I mean, if he falls over and grabs onto your wing for safety, then you can just fly away with him.
Yeah, as
So-
I said, so I'm quite happy to kidnap him.
So that's the attempt, is it? Push
Yep.
the engines, catch up, wing flip.
Yeah.
And what's Fishy doing while that's going on? You're still tailing the other brigand, which was looking like it was going to try and land somewhere.
Yeah, I'm continuing to. As long as he's not shooting at him, I'm continuing to tail this guy. If he puts down, then I want to try take another shot at his tail, less trying to take out the turret this time, as trying to make sure he doesn't take off. If he puts down anyway, I'd like him to stay there. But I'm also probably with one eye watching what this maniac that I'm flying with is doing. I mean, what kind of a loony stunt is that? Who'd do such a thing?
Okay. The from following this guy,
Cautious, by the way. I have the cautious disadvantage.
yeah. Why someone with the cautious disadvantage is trying the wing flip? I'm still trying to work out. But
Because she doesn't want to risk...
The scary thing is when this is the cautious.
Yeah, she
What the
doesn't
hell
want
was her
to
alternative?
risk- She doesn't want to risk killing everybody who might want to interrogate.
can I have a scrutinise from Midas, please? If you didn't have oil on your screen, I wouldn't need the scrutinise, but it's a little difficult to see what's going on. Okay, fine.
That's lousy. No, I
Right,
didn't
fine.
see it.
Cool.
Damn thing.
Okay, yeah, so he is looking like he's going to put down. So if you want to squeeze off, roll a gunnery to squeeze off some rounds at the tail to
Yeah,
try and make
basically,
sure.
I'll wait until he's definitely on his way in, because I don't want him to actually crash.
And I will have a piloting roll from Drut, please, to put yourself in a
Okay.
position to do the flip. Not to do the flip itself, just to put
Okay.
yourself in a position.
Well, that's a 10 so far.
I'm getting a lot of 11s
12.
today.
23.
It's weird. I think I've inherited your old Deadlands character. I've got, what was it? Luck of the Irish and whatever the other one was.
Good nature, bad luck. You've
So-
got
Yeah,
bad
luck
luck.
of the
Bad
Irish
luck at the
and,
same time.
yeah,
I'm exploding
unlucky.
and then rolling ones
Yeah.
on the second die all the time.
We established this was a nice guy who wants you dead. Luck of the Irish and bad luck together.
So, Drut,
23.
whether the guy on the wing saw what was going on and managed to shout something to the pilot, or whether the pilot saw it and was able to counter, but you are not in a position to do the wing flip.
Oh, with a 23. Bloody Nora. Okay.
Guessing here we're looking at an opposed roll.
Yeah.
But because it's difficult, you need a certain number of raises beyond what he goes.
Yeah, I'm not saying for certain, but that's how I'd do it.
Yeah, that is
So-
how I did it.
Yeah, okay, that's cool. Okay, so
I
basically, am I
like to talk these
still...
mechanics through just as much as anything because
I suppose for people that watch that aren't familiar with.
we are experienced
Yeah.
GMs and
Yeah.
somebody else watching might be going, well, how would you even handle that?
Yeah.
And I like to give them an idea as to how you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's
Trust me,
fair.
yes, everybody in this conversation is a GM of many years
Yes.
standing.
So
We've
yeah,
got, between the three of us, we've got nearly a century of GMing. experience,
Oh, that's
which is not
depressing.
something I like to think about, but we have.
we have, yeah.
Hey,
Jesus.
bad.
So yeah,
Naughty
you're
fish.
close. You've definitely caught up the distance, but you're not wing to wing.
Okay. So I'm not yet wing to wing with him. So am I level with him?
Yeah. Yeah. The two of you are now flying more or less side by side.
Okay. I'm going to again go for position. I think I'm going to still try and do this. So I think I'm going to try and get into position again.
Okay. Another opposed roll.
Yeah, this is going to be tricky. I may be giving him a chip. Okay, so for an 8, 9, 12. Total only a 20. Hang on,
Do I sense chips coming into this?
you do. Let me just check that it does work the way I think it does. Yes. Okay. So I'm up to 20, and I am going to blow a red chip. Have a red chip.
A red chip.
So that will add to the 20.
I will add to the 20, and being red, it gives me a chip.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's a total of 29.
I suppose I'll just throw a chip in on that one then.
I think I need a new t-shirt. I need somebody to draw me a picture of a 12 with, instead of 12 on the top, 44.
Right. Both planes vying for position or trying not to get flipped. You can see that the other pilot knows exactly what you're trying to do and is desperately trying to counter it, despite the mechanical disadvantage of their vessel.
Despite the fact that his gunner is on his wing, yelling, "Will you keep this thing flat?"
Actually, it's more... The gunner is definitely still on the wing and shooting a pistol at you.
Nice. Right.
At least one bullet ricochets off the cockpit.
These creeps didn't say that. Simply biscuit.
I'm annoyed now. I'm very annoyed. I was annoyed to smash it as Madonna
Fishy,
gets.
your plane has landed. Did you roll your gunner? I can't remember.
I got an 11.
You got an 11. Okay. Yep. You've put some 40 cal rounds through the tail section, and it's slowed down sufficiently that you would either stall and pretty much land with it, or you have to accelerate and fly past.
Yeah, no, at that point, then going to. I know I've got the speed to get back here in a hurry, so as I pull up, I'm then just going to try and pick that one.
Okay, as you pass the downed brigand, it hasn't quite landed yet, but its propeller has stopped.
So it's not going to come back up again.
Probably not.
I have a plan.
So you are
Just
now.
purely because he's a hotshot pilot, as he pulls up and round to head towards where Madonna and the other guy is. He's obviously going to do a full roll as he does so. He can't just turn in that direction.
Would that be a victory roll, perhaps?
It might be. It might be.
Victory roll, ham and cheese.
No, that's not a victory roll. I think a victory roll definitely involves more than ham and cheese.
So you're now gonna roll round and gun it towards Masha. Is that right? Okay, Masha. You're still trying to do the wing flip. What's your or you have been still trying to do the wing
I
flip?
have
What's
been.
your
My
next plan of attack?
My next move is I am no longer going to attempt the wing flip.
Okay.
What I am going to attempt to do is up, and if I'm correct, I'm basically off his left wing.
Yep.
What I'm attempting is up, right, and then down. I want to get directly above him and literally force him down. I'm all but trying to land on his back. That's what I'm going for. Up, side
Use the
slip
cautious
right.
one, folks.
Yes, up, side slip
Not
right,
the
and
impulsive
down.
hot shot.
No, I thought about
Okay.
this. You just go, yeah, that's cool. Me, I've been analysing angles.
Piloting roll.
And then some. Okay. Yes! Okay, so we've got A12.
Well, that would be a really tiny piece of paper.
Postage
Number
stamp.
24. We have a 36.
She's just going for my 44, aren't you?
Not getting
Glad
it.
you got it as well, hasn't she? She's
No.
beaten my 44.
No, I haven't.
43?
I've only got 42.
Oh, God.
Jesus wept. Okay.
Oh, dice today.
They are, yeah. I tell you what, I'm well happy with our dice today. It's Robinson. Clearly, he's been bringing us down with his bag.
Shit the bed.
Pretty sure someone has stolen our dice. It's mine don't do this.
Okay.
Yours maybe, but mine don't
So,
do this.
Dra,
Someone's stolen
from
our
being
dice.
side by side with it,
Yep.
you pitch up,
Yeah.
move across, and attempt the pancake.
Mm-hmm. That poor bloody gunner. He shouldn't have shot at me. There's a guy who's now going to be flat on the wing, thinking, I'm rethinking my life decisions.
Not necessarily. He might pull out a lightsaber, cut open the small panel on the bottom of your plane, throw some sort of grenade in,
Well,
before
thanks for
dropping
that.
back to the snow.
Yes, that would do it.
Right.
Okay,
you,
yeah.
you do not detect or sense any collision of aircraft.
Bloody-
But of course,
Yeah.
you are now right over it, so you've got no
Yeah.
visibility of where it is.
Yeah. If he's got any sense, he just pulled down quite hard. If he doesn't have any sense, he's attempted a fast left or right manoeuvre, but his rudder, last I checked, was still jammed.
He's actually an even better pilot than Chuck is, and despite being in a damaged plane, and more importantly, in a plane, has just done a bootleg turn.
No. This isn't any dodgy naval film. He has not done a bootlegger turn in a plane.
Dodgy naval film. Top Gun. Worried Top Gun 2 is coming
Valid
out.
tactic. But what you Top Gun.
Okay. My next move has got to be to angle downwards.
Okay. Midas,
My
you've seen this piece of
Whatever.
cautious flying from Masha,
very cautious.
and that level of sequence flying is impressive even to you for the guy underneath.
Fair enough.
And you can see the guy stood on the wing, or the lying on the wing.
Clinging for dear life to the wing.
He's now very limited. He's either going to hit me if he stands up, or he's going to encounter my flaming propellers. Fair chance of ending up as chutney.
I'm beginning to think that whole attack on Dove Derby was just to provide a distraction for whoever is flying this plane.
They are very, very good, aren't they? Yeah. I'm making life harder because I want to force them down. I could blow their plane out. And I could have done that quite a long time ago. This is me now trying to force them down. It would have been easier to shoot them down.
It would have been much easier to shoot them down.
It would have been damn sight easier to shoot them down.
So what's a fishy do? Sorry, what's a Midas doing at this point? You can the two planes are very, very close. If you were to shoot at the Brigand and miss, you might hit Masha.
Going to hit him again, yeah. How high up are they?
They're
know
currently
all this is
descending
big
at this
fire.
point. They're descending from about 500 feet. So both of them are rapidly running out of ground, rather rapidly approaching the ground, should I say?
This thing coming up at me very, very fast. Very fast indeed. It's a big black rat wide sounds. Row, row, round. I wonder if we can.
Honestly, right now, I don't know.
Okay,
Have
that's
I
enough.
flummoxed
Probably just
Chuck?
going to do a fly past while he tries to figure out what the hell to do. And while doing it, he will flick back to the whatever frequency it is that we've been using, so that I can talk to him on that again.
Have I just managed to out hotshot our hotshot pilot?
No, he just can't think of anything useful at the moment.
Okay, you're not going to manage
He
to
really
fly.
wants to do something flash, but he doesn't know what.
You're not going to manage to fly past them, even with the superior speed, but you are going to catch them.
Okay,
Um,
we'll just gain on them then.
So the next action round would be your fly past.
Fair enough.
Masha, what are you doing?
We're back to
Donna,
basic.
our old friend, has put down.
Excellent. Trying to persuade our new friend to land. Is he directly underneath me?
Pretty much.
Excellent. Okay, I am going to spill a little speed. So instead of being directly there,
Yeah.
I'm basically half a plane's length back,
Assuming he doesn't do the same.
assuming he doesn't do the same. And again, angling down. I'm basically trying to push him towards the ground.
Okay.
Because we are running out of ground. This is an intimidation.
I'm going to need a pilot roll from both of you. I say both of you. You and the other pilot. Fishy can just watch this and laugh.
Yeah, while these rolls are being made, can I make something like an Academia Airplanes roll to see if I know which of these two planes in its normal state has the slower stall speed?
I'm hoping it's me.
You can indeed make such a roll, yes.
But yeah, you're thinking along the similar lines to me, aren't you, Fish? The slower
Okay,
I
got
go,
an 11, so I got a raise.
And yes, the Stalwart does have the slower stall speed.
if I keep spilling and he keeps moving back, and I spill and move back, he's going to stall out
If
first.
it's all about slowing down, yeah, you're going to win that one. He's got to do something.
I don't want to be accelerating towards the ground. I'm happy to angle in that direction.
What I need is the piloting roll
Yeah.
from Drat. Because
Yeah.
this is going to get very interesting.
That's That's a 12.
And I am so
First die.
so glad that we're not in a situation where both planes are twin engine.
2 dice coming up 12 so far. Okay, so my first set of explosions comes out to 22. My second set of explosion, 24 and rolling.
So at the point the two aircraft make contact,
That is a 33 in total.
what is Mash's reaction? You've dropped
Race.
back,
Yeah.
you're nosing down. The other pilot has leveled, possibly trying to climb. Your nose is hitting his fuselage.
Okay, I am bracing against the impact on my stick, and I am keeping my angle. I want him to have to take my angle, and I've got gravity on my side. I'm not changing the angle of my stick at all. I am, however, bracing to stop him pushing back against me.
She has redefined the ABC from sword fighting. Now applies to dog fighting, and instead of always be cutting, it's about always be crashing.
I'm hoping he's not going to crash. I'm hoping he's going to fall down and land. Because if he doesn't on this, then I'm going to take his tail off. That's my next move. If he doesn't go with me on this, I am going to just drop back and take his tail off him. That's my next move.
Right, Fishy. Midas is seeing this happen. You've seen the fact that you've clearly seen what Masha was intending. The other pilot didn't have the same idea and is trying to gain altitude. What Masha can't see from her position is the fact that the guy that was on the wing is now not. And there is a parachute making its way down to the ground. At that altitude, it's doubtful the parachute will have much effect. They were below 500 feet when he dropped.
What happens if you try and fly and catch his parachute?
I crash.
Not necessarily.
Simple terms. My plane has no real reasonable way of catching it.
Oh well.
I'm in a propeller-driven missile with a couple of fins on the side.
Come in underneath him and give him something to grab onto.
I suppose I've got those huge, great bearings on the wheels. I could use one as a fishing rod,
Yeah, I mean,
but I'd have to do it without the propeller getting in.
yeah, if you look at the page we're on, you'll see just how much of that aircraft, the bottom left of the three, is engine, and how little of it is fuselage or wing that he could possibly catch anything on. The propeller on those racing aircraft is rather large.
Yes.
Yep.
If he tried to catch the poor parachuting person, there may well be a slight egg whisk effect.
The guy's going to end up as either a pancake or an omelette. It's entirely down to him. How's your cooking?
So what is Fish's next? Sorry, what is Midas's next maneuver?
Midas is going to circle round and see how bad he does, basically. There may well be somebody we can talk to, just somebody not very happy at the bottom of this little parachute journey. So, yeah, he'll leave Masha and her playmate and circle round to check up on the other guy.
Okay.
We seem to be more interested in these two than in the people in the other plane, so they're kind of off the hook for now. I know where they are anyway.
Finish that.
Realistically, they're not going anywhere in a hurry.
Not that high.
So, Masha's next action, you are currently nose to fuselage with this other brigand.
Is he still attempting to pull up?
Difficult to tell.
Had enough of this. I've tried to do this the nicest way I can think of. So I am going to... Basically, I'm going to flare my flaps, kill the speed, drop back and take out his tail. I've had enough. As I say, I've done this the nice way, since it's not happening.
I know how Chuck would have tried to take him out at this point, but it wasn't ever an option because Mashy was in the way.
What did you have in mind?
Yeah. I don't know that it's something that you could do in the stalwart, because I don't have the right information, and I suspect probably not. But going back to those wonderful, huge fairings on my landing, and to Chuck's absolute conviction that he can land without, I would try and get up to a similar position to what you were trying to do with the wing, but slightly further forward and in towards the plane, then side slip and smash the landing gear fairing into one of his propellers. But fortunately, I'm not going to get to find out what the result will be because you're dealing with this guy, not me.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm trying to shoot him down in such a point where he can crash land.
Right. Roll that.
Okay, piloting roll first. Then,
Piloting roll first.
Okay. Bolts to that white chip. The white chip is going back in the pot. I'm on my last white chip. Yes! Right, okay, so we're on a 12. Total 22.
Okay. And gunnery roll, please.
Load my last white chip. Okay, so I want precision on this. I am going to blow my blue chip.
Okay.
Cutting straight to the blue. So I'm looking at a 9 and adding a d12.
And I don't get a chip for the blue one, folks, so
No.
this is all a free
19.
go for it. Okay, now, you were going for precision, so you have a choice at this point. You've backed off, you've lined up, you're ready to double down on the guns, when your view is completely obscured by parachute. You chose the moments to back off and start taking this plane down, that they chose to bail. There's every chance if you actually shoot, you might catch the pilot with your guns.
Yeah. I am cautious. She's going to err on the side of caution and not shoot. It's a character trait. I know it's
Yep.
down as a disadvantage, but it makes sense.
Does she still lose the chip for shooting?
I think I'm going to have to, yeah.
She went for the precision, and it's the precision that's allowed the choice to not kill the guy.
Yeah, it will blow
Fired,
the
then
chip.
gone, whoops.
Had you not spent the chips, the shots would have gone off.
Yeah, this is where RP is slightly shafting
Yeah,
the mechanics, but no, I'm fine with that. I am absolutely fine with that.
yeah. Concentrating precision. Oh crap! No,
Yeah,
yeah, absolutely.
it makes sense.
Yeah, had the chips not gone in, the shot wouldn't have been as good. The precision wouldn't have been there to take the choice to not kill the guy,
Yeah.
That makes sense.
and he'd have been full with 40 cal, and I think there's a 60 or a 70 on there as well, isn't there? There's a
Yeah,
big
it's a
gun in the
lot.
centre of it all.
It was a lot.
Yeah, probably would have cut the brigand in half at that range.
Yeah.
what Fishy sees is obviously both planes are still in a downward angle. The pilot literally leaps out, pulls his chute to go over the top of Masha. The Brigand now has no one in it and is just away. Masha's pulled the air flaps, throttled right back, away from the wreckage of the Brigand that's just going to crash to the ground. As the other pilot sort of bounces off the cockpit a little bit and then past and behind.
To be fair, he's lucky my propellers are either side.
Yeah.
There are a couple of times that it's been good for both pilots that his was a single engine and yours is twin.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff that you two have done wouldn't have worked had you both been single or both been twin.
No. No, I've been very careful about the shape of the stalwart, I have to say.
So
I definitely need to name
both
it.
crew in the Brigand have hit the silk. What state they're in remains to be seen. It's a low altitude to open at.
Follow them down. That's all we can do.
Yeah. It is indeed.
Yeah. Follow them down and render aid. And then interrogate them.
Okay. Landings then. So
Russian mob. Made man.
there are no landing strips, and as Midas knows well, you've got to pick your landing sites very, very well. Both of your aircraft need decent sized landing strips.
Yeah.
More so Masha, because it just cannot build up the speed quickly enough.
No.
Yeah.
So you need a good landing strip to be sure you can take off. Putting it down isn't so much a problem, it's getting up again
Getting it up.
afterwards.
Scrutinise?
Yep.
Okay, that's a 10.
I only got a 6.
Okay, Masha, you find a nice place you can put yours down. Fishy, you find a couple of options, one of which Masha appears to be heading towards, one of which she's not.
Needs a
I'll
bigger.
use the other one then. Yeah, not.
Okay,
Yeah, we can't stack. This is not a multi-story.
piloting roll from both of you, please, because this is far from
Yeah.
optimum landing conditions.
Thank you.
Only
So
a
the internal die was cocked. So,
Only, what was that, Fishy? Only a 20?
Only a 23.
Jesus.
For some reason, it reported the full result, but it didn't roll.
It didn't roll the explosion, did it?
There only got
30.
5 dice on the table.
30. Bloody hellfire. Okay.
You just have to go one better.
no. I have to go 7 better.
You both put the planes down. Bumpy landings, but nothing you didn't expect for the circumstances, and you're positioned perfectly to give yourself the best chance possible of getting airborne again afterwards.
Yeah. Good.
Oh,
sorry.
you've put yourselves down
Nothing to do with this.
not too far distant from either of the two bailouts. Who do you go for?
I'm going to continue my original plan, which was to check on the gunner.
Okay.
Continue
Pilot's
down the
mine.
hole.
Right, one after each. Fair enough. So I will deal with Midas going after the gunner first.
The one who's going to get away.
Sorry?
The one who's going to get away. Because Midas is pretty crap when not in the plane.
I can't remember what I did with Masha. I'm now having a moment.
Kind of hoping he broke his leg on the way down. That's my only way to tell.
Well, you saw where the parachute was. Big white piece of material, difficult to miss. So you head off in that direction, and you find him hanging from a tree, looking kind of limp and not making any sort of effort to try and cut himself down.
Okay, yeah, I suppose I've got to get. I was about to say cautiously, but no, this is Chuck. He's just going to quite brazenly approach and check the guy out. See whether he's still breathing, in dire need of medical attention or what?
Can I have a suitable roll from Chuck, please? I'm trying to remember what it is for first aid.
Uh,
Knowledge of medicine.
yeah.
Have medicine.
Yeah.
If only you'd brought the NPC medic with you.
Oopsie.
One.
Now, unfortunately, you've gone bust. Oh, was that the
No, I haven't. That's an
adjusted
adjusted.
roll?
That was the adjusted
Oh,
roll.
right,
No, it
okay.
wasn't a natural
I
one.
I could still add another chip. I could still spend a chip to add another d6 to that. But I've still got to roll to get a basic success. I've still got to roll 4 or higher.
On the D6.
On a D6, yeah.
I'd give it a go.
It's a 50% chance, but
Have you got any whites left?
we've played enough.
Actually, I do have a white, but that's not really going to help because there was a 5 to get
Yeah.
this.
True. So actually, a red would be
The
a
white would have to be a
I'd
6 to be
rolling a
better.
white just to see if it explodes.
Yeah. A red or a blue then would be your best bet.
Okay, I'll go with a red chip and add d6 to that.
Fishy throws in a red chip and adds a D6.
Because you can only add one red or blue.
And I have a
They
rummage for a
do
chip.
explode, don't they?
Yes,
Additional roll.
Sorry, they do a what? Where?
explode.
Yes, they do.
Type of one to let you know. Okay, so that gives me exactly.
That gives you a
5.
basic success.
So a basic success, yeah.
Yes, he's alive.
Knights have another chip.
Yes, he is alive.
Okay, I'm going to check him for things like belt or boot knives. Not so much because I'm worried about him stabbing me, as because I'm not carrying one and I want to cut him down.
Yeah.
He does indeed have a knife in his boot.
Right, yeah, I shall take said knife and proceed to attempt to get him out of the tree.
Okay. That's going to take you a little while because there's an amount of climbing and trying to untangle strands and stuff. So meanwhile, Masha chasing down the pilot.
Yeah.
Again, you know where the parachute ended. There's this big white marker to show.
Okay.
You arrive and there is no one attached to the chute.
Oh, he's gone for a little run. Okay. I would like to make use of the survival skill
Go for
to
it.
try and track him down.
Because there is actually a tracking skill.
What is that?
There is.
There is. What am I looking at tracking?
It's under cognition.
You're right.
Tracking is indeed cognition.
Yeah, that's a bugger. I've only got survival. Okay, so D12 minus 4. Glad I put a high dice at high stand cognition.
Yeah.
Career criminal. Who'd have thought they'd need high cognition?
I know. Who knew? Okay, so that is a frag-a-boom.
Uh-oh. As in you went bust?
19.
Okay. Fine.
Alright.
Oh, it was an explosion. Sorry. Right.
23 minus 19. Minus 4. 19.
Okay. You find a set of tracks
I love these
heading
dice
off in a
today.
direction. That's three races. Two races?
5 to 6.
2 races.
2 raises. Yeah.
2 bases, yeah.
It's enough to tell you from the tracks that the person is limping.
Bloody hope so. Okay, I'm going to track down my opponent.
Okay. You follow the tracks for a approximate distance. Can I have another roll, please?
Track it again.
Yep.
That's a 10. So 6.
Okay. And a. Is there a suitable? Is there a listen skill sitting around here somewhere, or does that come under scrutinise for things you
that
might
comes
hear?
under
I think it just comes
scrutinise.
under
Yeah.
scrutinise.
A scrutinise roll, please.
Yeah, it's just under scrutinise. So, 4d12.
Bloody hellfire.
Scrutinise, overall, gunnery, piloting. Those are the things she does well. So that's a explosion on my first die. So one explosion. So that is a total of 22.
Okay. The tracks get very messy for a while, almost like they were purposefully going in a couple of different directions and backtracking to try and confuse you. You're sat there, studying them, looking at which way they went. As you turn to where you reckon they were headed, which looks like it was an old fallen tree, you hear the hammer pulled back on a pistol,
Oh no.
and you are looking right at them. Literally, you're looking at the tracks, you hear the hammer, you look up, and I did get it right. And you are looking straight into the face of a black-haired woman, very pale skin. In fact, very stereotypically goth, if goth was a thing in the 1930s. Black hair, pale face, black flight suit, pointing a revolver at you.
Invented goth.
It does make sense if they're named after Poe.
True.
Howdy. You'll want to turn around and fly that piece of crap on out of here.
Not so much.
Does that really
Can
have...
I make use of my dodge skill in order to dive towards her under the gun?
Go for it.
I have one die, but I actually have one die. as
In
opposed
fact,
to
before
one die.
that, let's draw cards, because I believe initiative is done on the card draws, is it not?
Yes, it is.
Now, I still have a card from last week. I don't think I can put it back. If you just to do that. I don't know whether you want to return cards.
Head to the that I'm not playing as a player. Recall, board, shuffle.
Right, if I recall correctly,
Now, do I have to deal, or can you draw?
I draw my own, you draw
It's
theirs.
entirely possible for her to draw.
I was going to use my... because they come off different decks, you and me.
Very true.
So I have my cards.
Let's do this old school and leave the...
If I recall correctly, is it not done on the skill that you're using?
There is a die roll and something else, I believe.
Trying to remember. I
Blowing
apologise
things all
for...
to hell.
Yep, that's the section.
Okay. Make a quickness roll and compare it to a target number of fair. So we both make a quickness roll.
That was it.
So we get 1 if we make it,
That's it.
and then extra cards per race.
Per raise, yep. Okay, quickness is... oh shit. Get back to you in a minute. My quickness really sucks.
There's multiple dice being rolled, it's not that bad.
Yeah, 4, but it's d6s. 5 for explosions. Okay, so that's 1 and 2. That's a 3 and a 6. Right, okay.
That's clearly another 6 because the camera's getting shown inexplicably.
Sorry, just because I know you won't believe me. 6. So
Right,
I'm
I've
up
known
to
you long
12.
enough to know that I do believe you.
Okay, so that is a total of 14.
Okay, so that's 2 cards you draw.
Not quite enough for the 3, unfortunately.
And then it counts down from Ace, King, Queen down to 2.
Joker, if I recall correctly, counts as an ace. I believe.
Draw
Not that
your,
it's going to be relevant, but
draw your 2 cards.
If
Right.
a black joker is drawn and finish the round, then we shuffle that.
red Joker.
You're kidding me. Jesus, wept.
I even have red written on it.
The red joker allows your character to go at any time during the round. Can even interrupt another character's action without having to make a second quickness check.
Yeah, my 2 cards. That's Queen. That's and the other one's a red
What?
Joker.
The second advantage to drawing a
Also
red
get a
joker
chip.
is that you get a chip from the pot.
Yes, have some. Oh.
So, it does drop quite well because she's running out of chips.
Yeah, I am.
So Drut gets a white chip.
I will put up with that. I've got a white chip again. Woohoo.
So you can quite happily interrupt the action of the other player, and you have the queen. So let's start with actions. Do we have? Fuck it. I know what I've got. The queen goes first. I was about to say, do we have a king? No, we don't.
No,
I'm glad you know what you've got.
I'm glad you know what you've got. Yeah. Okay. So what I am going to do? How far away is she?
20 feet.
So yeah, I am going. Oh dear, 20 feet. That's a long ass way. It's going to be dodge. I am going to do a running dive using probably my dodge skill because I can't see an acrobatics skill. Although it might be done on nimbleness.
I think acrobatics was done under perform. So if you've got to perform in acrobatics, then
I haven't. I was going to use nimbleness dodge,
yeah, that'll do.
which is basically I'm aiming to dive under the gun and end up close enough to her that the next action I can make use of my brawling skill and cold copper.
Go for it.
Right, so D12. That's a 19.
Congratulations, you dive under the gun.
I
She's
will
trying to
dive.
readjust her own to get a bead on you.
So that's my queen, and no, screw it. I've got the Joker.
You've got the Joker. You can either
I've got
try and
the
interrupt
Joker.
whatever she's doing, or simply go before whatever she's doing.
I'm just going to go before her, and I am going to attempt to take her down with brawling.
Go for it. Brawling is opposed in this.
Brawling is on a different page. Fish, have you got the combat rules up? Because I kind of do, but. It's not where I expect it to be, basically.
Right.
Target or attack is a fair plus the
Uh,
opponent's aptitude level for whatever weapon currently in hand. So it's fair plus
Right.
whatever her, in this case, brawling would be.
Hang on, yeah, hang on. Basic fighting concentrations are, brawling. So I am hand to hand. So I'm fighting brawling, which I was expecting to be. Target number, 5 plus the opponent's fighting aptitude for whatever weapon is currently in their hand.
Which, given that what she's got in hand is a pistol, remains
Yeah.
fighting brawling.
Yeah.
Because it's an improvised weapon.
It is, yeah.
So you're looking at 8.
Yep. So I've got a 2d12 skill. I can wave this 12 at you if you want.
Jesus Christ.
I'm willing to do it. See what the second die comes up as. And the second die comes up as a 12. Okay, first explosion is a total of 21. Second exploding die is a total of 23, so we'll take the 23, thanks.
Jesus wept. Congratulations, you've hit her with a couple of good races there.
Whee! Spack! Okay,
What damage are you doing with that
that I am just about to sort out.
iron fist of yours?
That is the one thing I haven't sorted out damage. So,
There's a hit location roll, don't forget.
there is.
There is. Do I roll the hit location or do you?
I believe I always let the players do it.
Then
Yeah,
roll your
yeah.
d20 hit location.
Yeah. Oh, great. Roll the die you haven't got out.
With a
Ah, shit.
+2 modifier to it because you're fighting.
Yeah.
Which basically means 18, 19 or 20 is a headshot.
Yeah. Okay, that's a 20. Sorry.
Nice. It's a headshot.
Yeah. So damage is done on strength, isn't it?
So I'm just trying to find out.
Yeah. Damage. Okay. She's not armoured, I'm assuming.
Nope. It's a flight suit. So it's kind of padded, but you've hit her in the head, so... Yeah, that's a square-on punch to the face. There's no armour there.
Yeah. Okay. So I am going to be, if I recall correctly, on a D4.
Okay, hand-to-hand damage.
Yeah. Falling damage. Right, yeah. Strength plus a D4. I believe. Hang on. No, just
No,
strength,
that
I
probably.
think just strength.
Just strength.
Yeah, no, it's damage. Ooh, and also, if you have no weapon, you don't get extra damage dice from logging resistance.
Oh well. So I better do as much as I can of this one hit then.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, hitting her in the face makes no difference whatsoever. It's my strength. D8s. So 2d8. Roll the shinies and see what happens.
Ooh,
The shiny dice. They are my shiny dice. Okay, we'll ignore the 3, but the 8 explodes
Bloody hell.
ooh, yeah.
to a total of +5. My brain has gone away. 13.
13 to the noggin. That's going to knock her straight out.
That's moderately impressive, isn't it? Yeah.
Masha, she wolf of the SS. I'm sure what the hell was going on
My
there.
word.
I get the distinct impression she's had the one or two little fights down in the.
Just one or two, yeah. Bloody
Yeah.
hell.
Does not like being outside the plane. She's good in the plane. She's lucky in the fight. She
Looks
doesn't
like
like.
she
the
might
light.
get a vigor roll to not be unconscious, I think.
Yeah, I think she does. Kind of.
Yeah. So falling damage for non-lethal attacks, basically the target makes a vigor roll. If the damage is greater, the victim takes the difference in wind.
Yep.
No wounds are normally caused by
To be honest, with that vigor roll, you have definitely knocked her unconscious. She bust.
Oh!
Yeah, so even if she's that weak, she's
I got the pistol now.
stunned at the
Yeah.
enemies.
Yes.
I
Now,
like the-
now you have a revolver.
Yes. Finally, I've got a gun. It's like the crying alien last night.
kind of assumed that you would have a gun, I must admit.
As did I, to be honest. I didn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd assumed.
I
this-
have no equipment. I completely forgot to buy any.
Well, no, it wasn't that you forgot to buy any. It was more we don't have access to the equipment list. I've just been assuming that
Yeah.
things that are reasonable for the character to have. the
Likewise,
character will have.
things
Yeah.
like
The fact that Chuck doesn't have a knife or indeed a gun is
a character
highly
point.
down to the character.
This is purely down to the fact
got a hip
that
thrust.
Why does that not
Yeah.
surprise me?
this is purely down to the fact that basically Masha was waiting for your word in the maquette, and then hopped straight out and flew to your location.
Yeah, so it didn't pick up anything
So
along the
she
way.
hadn't picked anything up. I would, under normal circumstances, imagine that she has a gun and she probably has a knife.
So now you definitely have a gun.
Yeah.
You've got this unconscious
Okay.
woman's gun.
Okay, I am going to secure the unconscious woman before she stops becoming an unconscious woman. If need be, I will use her own belt from her flight suit
Yep, and entirely within reason.
and sling her over my shoulder.
Okay. What's your strength again?
8, I think.
2d8 was it? Yeah, okay,
2d8,
yeah.
2d8.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2d8.
Farmer's carry, not a problem. Okay, so you've got this unconscious pilot that you are carrying back to the maquette. Midas, you have now cut down
Right.
this similarly unconscious gunner.
Chuck is basically he's not going to try and carry him, he's going to drag the gunner again towards the maquette because he's only
I've got
one
seats.
seat in his, so
Yeah.
he's dragging it to the boss's plane and letting the boss decide what to do.
So when you say drag, are you grabbing the feet and dragging, or are you grabbing the collar and dragging?
Yeah, I'll grab him under the shoulders,
Right.
under the armpits, and drag him that way so that his feet are dragging, not his head.
So the guy who's just made it down and hit a tree, you're not concussing.
No more so than he already is.
I was about to say, he probably already is. He's not conscious at the moment. And not due to actions of Midas.
No, Midas can't fight for Toffee.
Yeah, sorry.
That's okay. So, you now have two unconscious pilots in black get-up.
I believe that the best idea might possibly be to take them back to Dirigible. The bed dead.
I was thinking, since it's gone 10 o'clock, best idea might be, is that a good place to call it?
I was thinking much the same, to be brutally
Yeah.
honest. Yes.
That works for
I
me.
was going to wait till you'd got to the bad debt, and I was going to say, right,
Yeah.
interrogations next week then.
Yeah, we can go.
Yeah.
We can. How are we going to get them back to the bad debt? You've only got one extra seat.
I've got
She's got two.
3 seats, including the
Oh, you've got
turret.
3 seats. Oh, right.
Yeah,
okay,
she
in
has
that case, yeah,
pilot, effectively pilot, navigator, gunner.
We
Yeah.
can tie them up in their,
Seats.
in the seats there. Yeah.
Yeah.
What have we got to tie them up?
We have their clothing.
Yeah, we're okay on.
We have
the gunner.
paracord.
We're okay on the gunner certainly because I cut away his parachute, which means
Yeah.
he's still wearing the pack, so the straps of that should do.
Yep. Plus, there's a large amount of parachute cord
Yeah.
hanging around.
I'm thinking that's probably the best bet. Yeah, the parachute cord is going to be nice and strong. Let's tie them up. And then, yeah, we get them back to the bad debt. Have a little chat.
One question before we head back, boss.
Mm?
What the hell are we gonna do with these guys?
Don't know yet. Ask them some questions politely. And find out where the hell this plane thing is, if they have it. And more importantly, what they were doing shooting up the Black Hats.
It's certainly up to something.
Everybody is up to something. I would very much like to know what everybody is up to so that we can stop it, get paid, and get that damn auditor off my bloody dirigible. I don't like people looking over my shoulder. Never have. Gives me bad vibes.
How come you have a plane with a passenger seat?
Shut up. Because you don't.
Okay, right. So yeah, I suppose we
Right.
light them up and head back to the
Strap
back
them
Yeah.
up, strap them into the various seats on the maquette, and
Yeah.
head back to the Bad Dead. Okay, so for entertaining, entertaining, I can't even get the words out. Feats of daring do
back.
in an aircraft.
Okay, aerobatics.
That's the one. Thank you. Both Fish and Drut will get a chip. Fish, I'm sorry, it's only a white one,
Ah,
That's better than nothing.
yeah.
and Drut also white.
I'll live with that.
Very, very entertaining. Thank you very, very
That
much.
was great fun. That was good. I enjoyed that.
Gotta love some high pulp fun in an aircraft.
Yeah, that was good.
Dog.
That was great fun.
Cool. Glad you enjoyed that.
Definitely need more of this.
Yeah.
We will continue with the dogfighting. We will continue with the whatever the heck we
Handles.
were doing other than dogfighting.
Yeah. The
I
Deadlands.
don't know. I mean, I literally in and out of character. I'm not sure what we were doing outside of the dogfighting.
No idea. Not a clue.
But whatever it is, we will be doing it.
Yeah.
Cool. Same time next week. Thank you
Yeah,
very
Deadlands
much.
is a solid system. It
Same back
It
time,
really
same
is.
back channel.
Absolutely.
works for me.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you very much, everyone that's been here and caught another episode of Crimson Skies. We will be returning with this next week.
Yep.
I will be playing Elite Dangerous tomorrow evening, provided the day doesn't suck the life out of me like it has done recently. And due to a change in my schedule that I haven't put up on the channel yet, Tuesday will be my day off. Wednesday, obviously, midweek multiplayer as normal. Thursday is my regular day for drum streams. So there will be drums on Thursdays.
Assuming that you finish your drums about 8, as you have been
That's the plan, because
previously, I will then follow that on Thursday with Alien Isolation.
nice. Then I will try and time it so that I can raid you.
Yep. I
Speaking
figure I'll
of
be in
raids,
as a mod in your drum stream, and then I can
Cool,
I
yeah.
can